got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big chair. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Me fight, walk, folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two genders. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo defender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. Witness my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Saturday. It's been a long time. I don't even know if I remember how to stream. We will see. But it's been, 4 days since I did a CobraCast? It's very weird. It's very weird not doing a CobraCast in 4 days. It's almost like the world has changed in such a short amount of time. Yet here we are. Yeah, ultimately, I have a lot of family stuff going on. It's exhausting. And, it is what it is. There's no need to get into the details of it. But yes, family comes first. And I've had a lot going on. So that's why I haven't been streaming over here. But we're back now, ready to get back in the rhythm of everything. And trust me, I would have rather have been streaming the last several days instead of dealing with all the shit I've been dealing with. But here we are. And we have Mar Millen for $30. Says pre-stream chat grift tax plus bonus for saving the cash from the weekday. Hail to 199. Hope you are having a beautiful weekend. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Mar Millen. And let's just pretend that I was saving everybody money. That's a lot better. That would be a lot better off doing that. But yes, thank you, Mar Millen. Appreciate you as always. Pecky Proton says, I guess Trump's meeting with Iran's leader is gone forever. Thanks to Israel. Always Israel's fault. Keenan says, how's Luffy the dog doing? He's doing great, crazier than ever. Zinny Biscuit says, first you interrupt the Derby. Now you're interrupting the Belmont. Good thing it doesn't run until 7-ish. Hey, I'm always thinking about everybody, okay? I'm always thinking about. By the way, for some reason, I've been logged out of my Kick channel and I cannot log back in. So the reason I'm not streaming to Kick right now is that's the reason. I don't know why I cannot get logged back in. It's logged me out of everything. So, and this all happened right before I went live, so I haven't had time to look into it. So as soon as I can, I'll fix that. But yeah, I have no idea. Little Jim's Halo says Carmelo Anthony case might cause some riots. We're going to talk about that. I mean, they need a new excuse for riots, so I could 100% see that one happening. 100%. My kick is broken. Is it? Seriously, it's weird. I mean, every time I tried to log back in, it just said error. And I'm like, I have no idea what the hell's going on. So we'll figure it out as we always do. So Kick is having issues right now. Okay, so it's not just me. Okay, it was weird because the whole site seemed very slow. And I was like, what the hell, man? Old Salty Dog says, I finally watched Interstellar. Made zero freaking sense. Survives into a black hole and time becomes a place. What the F? Do you really want me to explain this to you? Like, number one, why don't you tell me what happens when you fall into a black hole? Since you're an expert on it. What happens when you fall into a black hole? Please tell me. You don't know the answer to that question, do you? So how can you tell me it doesn't make sense if you don't know what happens? Nobody knows what happens when you fall into a black hole. So how can it not make sense? Oh, hey guys, this doesn't make sense because of this thing that I have no idea what happens. I can tell you for sure this would not happen. So yeah, get ripped apart by gravity. Exactly. Except what? Unless you fall into a tesseract that future humans created. Future humans that cannot access specific places in time, yet they ask you to find those specific places in time with the connection to your daughter. Makes perfect sense if you're not a retard. But I have a great movie you can watch. It's called The Avengers, okay? Makes perfect sense, all right? Makes perfect sense. It lines up perfectly. They have dick and fart jokes to help you along the way as well. So, or, you know, you could just go watch James Gunn's Superman. That'll work out for you. They have great dick and fart jokes in that. Let me see. Fentanyl Floyd says, picking cotton was the worst return on investment. Let's see. Oh, the Hazel Sword says, happy D-Day, D-Day Cobra. Going to celebrate by visiting any beaches. I'm going to grift because I've been lacking on my grifting lately. Old Salty Dog says, you die in an instant due to super gravity. Correct. And he didn't fall all the way into it if you were paying attention. Net Stealer says, you get spaghettied. You fig everyone knows that. Let's see. So Nolan is equal to James Gunn. Got it. Kinda. If he has dick and fart jokes in all of his movies. But that's the thing. I don't want you guys thinking too much about a movie. I want you to be able to easily understand everything. James Gunn's Superman. Tom from Midnight's Edge recommends Superman. James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn. It's right up your alley. However, I did see Masters of the Universe. It's fine. I'm happy that Drunk 3PO loved it because Drunk 3PO loved the movie. He's a huge He-Man fan. Masters of the Universe is fine. I'm never going to see the movie again. I don't care about the movie ever watching it again, but it was fine. It's better than James Gunn's Superman. I'll tell you that. But yeah, let's see. Lil Kata's computer repair says, I fixed your Kick account. Well, isn't that nice? I appreciate that. Forest Beyond the Tree says, the fuck out of here with the Interstellar hate right now. Don't even try to explain it. They don't care. All right. They don't care. So don't even try, Forest Beyond the Trees. Just let them have their moment. Okay. It didn't have enough dick and fart jokes for them, but we'll get those. James Gunn will take care of that for you. But yeah, Masters of the Universe is, I mean, I would say significantly better than Superman, James Gunn's Superman. And that's not really a huge compliment because I think James Gunn's Superman is absolutely a terrible movie. I mean, I even think Man of Steel is better than James Gunn's Superman. But whatever. There's been a lot of good movies lately, though. We've had The Backrooms. We've had Obsession. We've had the Michael Jackson movie, which is going to get close to $1 billion. The Mario movie might hit $1 billion. It's crawling to $1 billion. And then we've got Toy Story 5 next week, which is going to be easily the biggest movie of the year to date. And I got to get caught up on Dutton Ranch. I think there's one episode I need to watch. That show is fantastic so far. Very happy with it. And of course, the Netflix dropped their anti-Michael Jackson documentary. I haven't seen that one, but I did see that people were really they were having some things to say. Let me see. Documentary, Michael Jackson documentary on Rotten Tomatoes. What are people saying about the Michael Jackson? Is it called The Verdict? Is that what it's called? Oh my God. There's no way. Holy shit. Well, is that what it's called? Is it called Michael Jackson The Verdict? Is that the Netflix version? Holy fuck. I did not know it was that bad. Ooh, damn. So there you have it right there versus the Michael Jackson movie at 97%. So wow. So the Netflix garbage propaganda, 6% audience score. I am so happy that people finally, it took a long time. It took a long time, but people are finally seeing through all of the bullshit that Michael Jackson faced, all of the lies, all of the propaganda. That is an absolute beatdown beyond belief. And every time we bring this up, we have to bring up the Don, because when everybody else hated on Michael Jackson, Donald Trump had his back.
Well, I knew Michael very well, and he was a special guy. He was with me many, many times at Mar-a-Lago in particular, in Palm Beach.
And Michael would spend a lot of time with my kids. I have beautiful kids, and at the time, like at Mar-a-Lago, and even in Trump Tower, the kids were very young. Michael would come, play with the kids. He just loved children. He was not a child molester, and I am certain of that. He loved children. He'd play with my son Eric and my son Donald, and he'd just play with them forever. He loved children, but he was not a child molester. And, you know, that whole final saga of Neverland and the police and what they did.
Michael's been a long-time resident of Trump Tower, and last night the Donald strongly reiterated his defense of Jackson with Larry King by going after the accuser's mother.
She's had plenty of experience at going after people, and she goes after them viciously and violently. And I saw a story and I read another story about some of the things she's done, and I don't believe it.
But you know what it's like when an indictment comes down.
It's tough.
It's presumption.
It's tough. It's tough to win, but I have a feeling he's going to win, Larry.
I had no idea he'd be that strong defensive of him. And good for Donald, you know. We do believe in innocence in this country.
So there you have it. So yeah, seeing the reaction from the Michael Jackson movie, which is phenomenal. One of the best theater experiences I have seen, or I've had in a long time. I really did love it. And obviously, you know, this is going to set up for the sequel. This movie right now, the last I checked, it's closing in on $900 million. Let me double check this. Hang on. Highest grossing biopic, I think, is whatchamacallit, Bohemian Rhapsody. Oh no, of course it's Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer is the highest grossing biopic of all time at $975 million. Bohemian Rhapsody is second. Michael Jackson is probably going to pass Oppenheimer for number one all time on the biopic list. So there it is right there. Oppenheimer's number one. Bohemian Rhapsody's number two. So Michael is number 3 right now. That's not, I would guess it's probably close to $900 million. I think it still has to open in Japan. So Michael is going to probably be the highest grossing biopic of all time. King Michael Jackson. Hell yeah. And the rejection of this garbage Netflix documentary is music to my ears. I did not know it had a 6%. That's one of the lowest audience scores I have ever seen. Holy shit, that's bad. So congrats to everybody that's standing up for the innocence of the great Michael Jackson. So anyway, good stuff on that. And you should go see the Michael movie if you have not, because it's great. Bubba Doom says, any child of the 80s knows if you fall into a black hole, you will be fused into a robot, Maximilian and sent to hell. Old Salty Dog says, last night's Dutton Ranch episode was the best so far. I'm happy to hear that. Again, I watched the first episode of, I can't remember what it's called. The Casey show. What the fuck's it called? Something, is it Marshalls? What is it? What is the show with Casey on it? And anyway, I did not like it. I thought it was terrible and came off very generic. I don't know, like it just, I was not interested at all. And Marshalls, that's it. Yeah. I watched the first episode. Maybe it's gotten better, but it wasn't working for me. But Dutton Ranch has been on point so far. Vlad says, how dare you take care of your family and not stream? Don't you know family comes last and grifting first? Dude, I wish if the internet believes that's how I think. I really do wish that that's how I thought. I'd be in much better shape, but here we are. But yeah, let me see. 8 o'clock says, Jeremy explained Interstellar like I'm Pa Kent from James Gunn's Superman. Zinny Biscuit says, still can't wait for Young Washington. I'm so empowered by it. I have July 3rd off and will be there in full colonial dress. Jeremy the Cyborg says, I knew Michael was innocent. Too many took money. If someone had touched my child, I'd want them in jail or worse. Correct. It's just common sense. It's really just common sense. And the one thing we know about people in Hollywood is that, you know, the people that really are terrible in Hollywood, we don't hear anything about that from the mainstream media. When the media starts telling you how terrible somebody in Hollywood is, it's because that person has stepped out of line in Hollywood. And all you need is common sense to understand that. Hollywood does not go after their own. The mainstream does not go after their own. They don't do that. Michael Jackson was the biggest star in the world. Why would they want to take down the biggest star in the world if he was on their team? They wouldn't. But when he steps out of line, when he goes against the narrative, suddenly they have to be like, no. We're going to teach you a lesson. And the lesson is you can be the biggest star that we've ever seen, but we can destroy you with lies and propaganda. And to be fair, they hurt him very badly. They tried to do the same thing to Donald Trump, and it almost worked. But Trump is just another level, so he was able to overcome all of it. Soundwave Superior says, the only thing I know about black holes is Space Godzilla comes from them. 199, praise Ara. Praise Ara. Well, speaking of the Carmelo Anthony situation, you know, I'm getting caught up on that, but we do have a video from a boy, Greg, Black Conservative Perspective, that we're going to check out here. Black liberals cope and seethe as student witnesses deliver disastrous testimony for Carmelo Anthony. And as Little Jim's Halo said in the beginning, probably going to get some riots out of this. Get ready.
Laying out their case against Carmelo Anthony. He is the teen accused of killing another teen at a Frisco ISD track meet last year. Anthony's attorney claims it was self-defense. Trevor Sahaki is live outside the courthouse for us this morning. And Trevor, who has the jury heard from this morning?
Well, Karen, so far we've heard from first responders as well as law enforcement officers who responded to the stadium for the stabbing. This has included a Frisco firefighter as well as several Frisco police officers. We also got to see body camera footage of Anthony's arrest. Now, that firefighter, he described in some graphic detail the state of Austin Metcalf's body after the stabbing. Metcalf's father put his head in his lap, and his mother wiped away tears at that point in the trial. Now, this case revolves around a confrontation between Anthony and Metcalf at a Frisco ISD track meet last April. Authorities say Anthony stabbed Metcalf, but Anthony says it was self-defense. After the firefighter testified, the officer who arrested Anthony took the stand. He described handcuffing Anthony as the body cam footage played. According to Officer Eduardo Cortez, Anthony told him, quote, "I'm not alleged, I did it," and quote, "He put his hands on me. I told him not to." On cross-examination, the defense did confirm Anthony surrendered peacefully and complied with the officers. The defense also pointed out the no weapons rule is not a criminal offense, just a policy of Frisco ISD. Defense attorney Mike Howard asked Officer Eduardo,
I know I'm not the first person that said this, okay? But it needs to be said every single time discussing this. What if the roles were reversed and it was a white kid that did this to a black kid? How do you think the media narrative would be? How do you think things would be happening in the streets? How do you think celebrities would be handling it? You all know the answer.
Cortez about Anthony crying after the stabbing. Cortez said in response, quote, "Did I see tears coming down his face? I can't testify to that because I didn't see his face. My description was based on the tone of his voice."
Agreed.
We're now hearing from another police officer right now. This is the officer that found the knife that prosecutors believe was used in the stabbing. This case is expected to go through the end of today and into tomorrow. Live in McKinney, Trevor Sahak.
Boy. So we got to talk about some truly devastating news for Carmelo Anthony, who's currently on trial for murdering Austin Metcalf at a track meet. Okay. Everybody knows what happened between these two 17-year-old teenage boys. Is a very tragic situation. It also sparked a whole lot of race conversations, a lot of racial animosity in this country. Just overall terrible story. Okay. But I shouldn't have to go over the basic details because everybody knows what happened. Okay. In this video, we're going to talk about the information that I wanted to know from the beginning, which is what actually happened, right? What did witnesses say happened? Okay. And the reason why is because from the beginning, I said that my opinion about whether or not I believe that Carmelo is innocent or guilty is based off the facts and the evidence and the witness testimony in regards to what happened and whether or not Carmelo actually met any of the elements required to claim self-defense. Lo and behold, the actual witness testimony is coming out, and I can't lie to you guys. It looks really, 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 really bad for Carmelo.
And listen, the paid protesting is already being organized, okay? The rioting in the streets is already being organized. The narrative is already being written. The NPC orders are already being drawn up. You need to get ready because this is about to happen. If you're in a blue city, just get ready. This is going to happen.
Based off what I'm reading thus far as of the making of this video. And this is very important because the pro-blacks have already declared that this is racism. This is racism, hate, and bigotry. And they've made up facts. They've made up stories in order to fit a narrative that
Charlie Kirk was murdered in front of our eyes, in front of thousands of students. No riots. None. No looting, no riots. No Bass Pro Shops were rioted. It's interesting how Bass Pro Shops never get rioted when something happens to a white person. It's interesting, isn't it?
They only can support with made up facts because given the facts that we have right now, Carmelo doesn't have a strong self-defense claim, right? And if you guys remember, these people were going with the narrative that Carmelo was jumped. See, you don't understand. These two big scrapping white boys were trying to jump Carmelo because they had been bullying him before in the past, right? Carmelo was being bullied.
Just got here, Wano Kick stream. Yeah, Kick is having issues right now. It completely logged me out of Kick, and I can't get back in. So Cam Mannon mentioned that they're having issues on the platform, so I cannot sign in, though.
These guys. And that Carmelo acted in self-defense because he was getting his ass whooped, right, by the white boys, and he had to stab Austin Metcalf in the chest. Again, it should be no surprise that none of these things are true, right? But these people have created their own story about what happened, even though there's no facts and evidence to back it up. And it continues to be spread on the internet as the pro-blacks are in full-blown panic that Carmelo is going to be found guilty due to the fact that they know deep down inside that this was not justified, that this was not self-defense. But again, they have to play the race game, right? They have to root for their race as if this is some type of team sport, right? Despite the fact that it is likely that Carmelo murdered another teenager in cold blood. But again, this is the story that they're telling themselves in order to feel better about the lies that they're spewing and defending Carmelo, defending the indefensible. Take a look.
The video was on 2 hours. Was it clear enough or was it fuzzy or what?
No, it was clear. It was okay. It's clear enough where you can see the actual individual raindrops come by the cameras.
Okay.
That's how clear it is. You actually see them walking up. You see that Carmelo is already up under there. He's under there minding his business.
Dodging the rain or?
Yeah, it was still raining. You know,
right.
I'm from Louisville. So that day we were under a tornado watch.
Right.
And we were under thunderstorm warning. And we know we had already had some light rain then, and it started raining again, and it was over with for the day.
Okay.
So that's kind of what happened on that day. But they were at a rain delay already. And so during that time when that happened, the twins, their two buddies, and a few other kids, because there was a few kids involved with them, they were all coming from the direction of the middle school, coming walking back up.
Right.
On the video, you can see those four that actually was involved, and maybe about 3 or 4 others that was with them, skipping up, trying to catch up behind. One veered off probably toward his way to go to the coach and kind of distract him a little bit. And then the other 4 came walking together. One went in front of them, went past.
Right.
The other 4 went and they surrounded Carmelo. You know, if you're Carmelo.
And they showed that on that video.
It's on the video.
Okay, come on.
You can see them walk.
I'm going to say little stuff.
I'll put it this way.
Okay.
They actually tell you when you're watching the video, pay attention to this corner right here, because if you look anywhere else, you might miss different things.
Okay.
So watch those 4. Here, there are 4 right there coming up.
Right.
That's exactly what they say.
Okay.
And so you have no way to be confused that it's those.
You see these signs in the background? Self-defense is not a crime. This is the same people that tell you that we can't have things to defend ourselves. This is the same group of people that are telling you to ban all guns. But now they're claiming self-defense is not a crime. Defending yourself is not a crime. According to these people just make shit up. Professionally made signs, by the way. Professionally made signs. You can't even get these motherfuckers to clean their house, yet they can have a professionally made fucking sign. How do they get these professionally made signs? You think they went to the fucking sign place and's like, yo, let me get this made up? What are you talking about? And if they got the sign made, it would say, self-defense is not a crime. Shit. It wouldn't even say it like that.
4. Okay. So they come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
so it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
4.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter and Austin standing in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
So it is a very frustrated time right now for Black Americans. From the rampant racism, laws being taken away from us, to straight up injustices within the court systems.
What law is being taken away from you as a black person? Please inform me. Listen, Kai Cenat Jr., okay? Tell me what laws are being taken away from you.
The trial of Carmelo Anthony has started. Now, if you don't know who this young brother is, who at the age of 17, keep that in mind, he is a child, was arrested for stabbing a young man by the name of Austin. But this wasn't self-defense. This was a tragic situation, and I would have did anything to prevent it. But essentially, from what I know, Austin and his brother, which are two bigger white males, came into the area of Carmelo Anthony. Apparently, these guys were bullying him in the past, and as we know, Carmelo had to defend himself. The white media right now is in shambles.
The white media. Holy shit, bro.
And they are trying to paint Carmelo as this monster, this and that. And this is why I made my platform, to give y'all the black media perspective. What you got to notice is that, man, this system, the way it do black people, but specifically black boys, it's embarrassing to say the least.
You can just tell it's a lot of bias shit going on.
It's bias, yes.
I guarantee if this was the other way around, y'all would want Austin Metcalf to beat the case. The Carmelo Anthony dude don't even have a jail record. He ain't never.
Another thing, he has a perfect record, no record. He comes from a great family, 2-parent household. Like, it's
hold on just a minute. 2-parent, how are you making the argument that having a mother and a father in a home is the most important aspect of a child's life? Is that what you are implying here? That a mother and a father in the home is a positive? It's a very interesting take there. That's a very interesting take.
Fuck, bro. Carmelo, damn, dog.
Been in trouble before, so why is y'all acting like he was a trouble kid? I can understand if he was just out here living reckless.
I mean, it might have something to do with the fact that he brought a fucking knife to a track meet. I don't know. Could that have something to do with it? Maybe.
He probably was just tired of being bullied and he was scared for his life.
I believe Carmelo did what he had to do. And if he was my little brother or my little cousin, I would have told him to maybe go about it a different way. And even the fact that everybody's bringing up, oh, he's at school at a track meet. Why does he have a weapon? First of all, it was a cleat sharpener. And why do y'all act like school shootings don't happen? This is America. You know what I'm saying? These crazy ass white dudes walking around shooting up schools all the time. Someone having a knife on them, even if it was, is not out of the ordinary.
And apparently his brother come over to Carmelo. Words are exchanged.
Oh, the amazing Lucas. God, I haven't heard from this guy in forever. I haven't heard from this dude. This dude will take whatever position he can. Holy crap.
And he says they tried to swing at him. Carmelo goes to his bag, and then they pursue. They continue on.
It was raining. They got rained out like crazy bad. Everybody trying to get back to their cars or get in, places where they, wouldn't get all extra wet. Dude was sitting up under the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah.
What did he say? Seriously. What did he say?
Dude was sitting up under the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah.
What? Nah, man. I got to put subtitles on. I got to see what subtitles do with that one, okay? I got to see.
Get in, places where they, wouldn't get all extra wet. Dude was sitting up under the tent, right? He was on his phone, right? My daughters was up under the same goddamn tent. Yeah. So
I think that's what he said.
I'm paying attention to my kids, but at the same time, they're in the same vicinity. So I'm watching everything going on around it because I'm there for my children. So dude walks up, McKellen, bro, he wasn't even under the tent at the time. They came from a whole separate tent and walked over there. They intentionally went.
Hey, big shout out to the YouTube subtitles. You guys just did the Lord's work, because I at least have an understanding of what he was saying based on the subtitles. Okay.
Over there to this kid, man. Dude was sitting there on his phone just trying to get dry. You feel me? One thing went from another. They grabbed this man and they tried to punch on dude. Dude went in his bag and whatever. They went to try to jump this dude and punch on this dude, man. And he protected himself, dude. That's what happened. Yeah. It wasn't just one. It was both of them, bro. Austin, that dude that got unalive, and his brother physically went over there to intentionally he had it's not to the point that he brought a knife. For one, it wasn't on school property. The school is at least 5 to 10 miles away. It was community track meet, bro. It wasn't a school track meet. So he had the right to have a knife on his person, bro.
Yeah. So again, what I was interested in the most, okay, from this trial.
What? Madman says the teen takeovers are dry runs for when he's found guilty for $10. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Greatly appreciate that. Captain JPS for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Captain JPS says, hope things went well, but your family hospital visits are the worst. Here's a little grift tax, but wait, there's more. So on top of the 10, got the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Yeah, look, your parents get older and it sucks. So, but if you're watching, mom and dad, you're not old, not at all. No, you're young, and vibrant, just like President Trump. So, I'm just using your old age to grift, I guess, maybe. I don't know. They probably are watching right now. Let's see here. DJ Compass says, my right is to be called a heartful stranger is being taken away from me. Narco says a black kid stabbed a white kid because it was raining. According to the defense attorney, Carmelo wanted to stay in the tent because it was raining. Really? Black people don't like water. What's your defense? Do we see the irony here? Honestly, man, it's almost like we live in a simulation. It really does feel that way. And this thing, I go back to Little Jim's Halo's super chat in the beginning. I feel like that this is just a huge setup for more riots, more distractions, all of that. And the media is going to jump right in, and it's going to be absolutely insane. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with the Get the membership. Thank you. Packy Protons for 5 over on Rumbles has tagged you in a Mar Million style X video. YouTube wouldn't let me type it involves legs. All right, I will check that out. Thank you. John Wayne says, and all of these race hustlers want to be victims, wonder why all of their whining and complaining has become nothing but static and white noise to the rest of us. Yeah, we just don't care anymore. Apathy. That's where it's at, man. You just don't care. 100%. Agreed. 100%.
And this is part of the reason why I'm like, I don't need it to be televised. I just need to know what the witnesses said. Because let's be real. The video that we allegedly have is very grainy. It's not definitive, right? In either direction, from what we've heard, okay? It certainly doesn't support the side of the story that the pro-blacks are telling, right? The lies that they're telling. But I wanted to hear the witness testimony, people who were actually there and what they had to say about this. And lo and behold, the pro-blacks were lying, right? That all the stuff they claimed that probably could have helped Carmelo in his self-defense claim, which is that he was jumped, right?
Yeah, the same people that are defending Carmelo Anthony are the same people that told you that George Floyd was a hero and he never did anything wrong in life. He never did anything wrong. That's the same group of people that are defending Carmelo Anthony right now. So just think about that, okay? And as a matter of fact, speaking of St. George, perhaps we treated him too harshly. Here's what I want you to do on Twitter, okay? Because Congman posted this. Next time somebody is crying about trans visibility or trans rights or all of that shit, just get this picture right here from Congman and just don't even say anything. Just post this right here. That's all you say. I agree with George Floyd, and see how broken their brains become. That's all you got to say. I agree with George. That's all you got to say. And then see how they respond. suddenly their hero, oh, it throws. I remember, like, I always see these tweets and they're like, all men deserve to be eliminated, by some woke white woman. And then somebody will just respond and they'll go, even George Floyd. And they get so, it just breaks their brain. It just breaks their brain. It's so funny. Post that to the snake pit so we can copy it. Will do. All right, will do. All right, tomorrow on Twitter, I'll do that. But yeah, this is Cogman right here. So I'll get it. Oh, it's a fake screenshot. I didn't even know that. But here, hang on. This is a fake screenshot of a tweet from an account that did not exist during George Floyd's lifetime. So it doesn't matter. Still post it. So there you go. But I will send that over to the snake pit and watch them lose their minds. By the way, George Floyd, amateur corn star, never gets mentioned in the media. Okay. Pointed a gun at a pregnant woman's belly, never gets mentioned by the media, never gets mentioned by the woke lunatics. Okay. And they don't like to talk about those things. Honestly, do you think George Floyd was a pro-trans person? Really? Really? You really think that? You really think George Floyd was walking around pointing guns at pregnant women's bellies and then in private hanging out with his boys going, you know what we need, dog? We need trans rights, trans visibility, dog. You really think that? Okay, sure.
Two big scrappy white boys, right? Tried to jump him. Lo and behold, it turns out that that's not what the witnesses are saying, right? That's not what they're testifying. And we got to talk about this because they're coming out and they're basically saying the exact opposite of what the pro-blacks spread online. And this is not good, right? This is not good at all for Carmelo. So let's get into this. Quote, not aggressive like it would hurt him. Witness details Austin Metcalf's final moments. The parade of student athlete witnesses continue.
Oh, another thing about George Floyd is I saw a George Floyd defender and they were like, they were like, why do they always have to post this picture of George Floyd? And since someone responded with a screenshot from his amateur corn career, and they're like, would you rather us post this one? Brain was broken, dude. They had no idea how to respond to that. I was like, yes.
Into late Friday afternoon, a 17-year-old Frisco Memorial High School athlete and friend of Austin Metcalf testified that he saw Metcalf and his brother Hunter warming up on the day of the stabbing. He said he did not previously know Carmelo Anthony. He said he saw Anthony walk up, quote, he dapped somebody up. I believe it was Eddie. He said, quote, it was nice at first, and things started heating up from there.
It was very scary.
Austin was basically telling him he can't be under the tent. This is backed up by the testimony of a coach, right, who basically said that, yeah, I mean, when it comes to team tents, you're not supposed to have people who aren't supposed to be under the tent. And I totally understand that because stuff gets stolen at these track meets, right? You have all these kids there and people have their valuable stuff, their phones, their wallets, whatever, under the tent in their bags. And Carmelo was under a tent that he wasn't supposed to be under. And he was asked to leave. Okay. And again, this was a reasonable request. It's not unreasonable to ask somebody that you don't know who's under a tent they're not supposed to be under, who is near your stuff, to say, hey, you got to go. You can't be here.
I mean, all you have to do is ask the defenders of Carmelo Anthony, ask them basic questions and don't add any of the racial context to it. All right. And they will twist themselves up in a pretzel because they base everything off of identity. But once you give them these basic kind of situations, but you don't add the racial dynamic, if you don't give them those specifics and just ask them these questions, they will tell you exactly what the right answers are. But when you add the racial dynamic, suddenly everything changes on their perspective every single time.
That's not unreasonable. Okay. So let's continue. He said he heard Anthony say, quote, touch me and see what happens, and that Austin stepped towards him. He testified that Anthony had a hand in his backpack, which he found unusual and concerning. Quote, the vein of Anthony's arm was visible like he was grabbing something. He said Anthony told Austin Metcalf not to touch him. Quote, Austin went and touched him on the shoulder, kind of moving him, the witness said, adding that Anthony then stabbed him. Quote, I was in disbelief, he said. Austin was a bigger guy, and he had tried to be nice about it. He said Anthony was not cooperating, not listening, and that Austin Metcalf did not seem to want to fight. He said Austin used two hands when he touched Anthony. Prosecutors asked whether...
And I saw a couple of people asking about Kick. I got signed out of my Kick channel. I can't get back in. Apparently, the platform's having some problems today, so that's why I'm not streaming over there. But I will be back as soon as everything gets corrected.
It seemed aggressive. Quote, not aggressive like it would hurt him, the witness said. He was trying to move.
Who's defending him? I haven't seen anyone. Are you watching my video? I literally just showed you a montage of people in Greg's video of people that were defending Carmelo Anthony. Like, there's plenty of people that are defending this guy. What are you talking about?
Move him. AKA, this was not a brawl, right? This was not Hunter and Austin Metcalf jumping Carmelo Anthony. That didn't happen, okay? That didn't happen. This is what the witnesses are saying. The people who are actually there, not random blacks on the internet making up bullshit. He said it was not self-defense and that Carmelo Anthony murdered Austin Metcalf. He estimated that roughly 12 girls and a few boys, quote, maybe 2 to 5 were under the tent at the time. Here's another witness. Frisco Liberty graduate says she heard, quote, if you wanted me to move, you'd have to move me before stabbing. A recent Frisco Liberty High School graduate who competed in track and discus said her team tent was about 5.5 feet from Memorial High School's tent. And it
just got here. Is anybody prominent? I mean, I don't know who the people were. I'm not familiar with them, but they were very much speaking for the black community. That was their take on it. It's people that Greg had in his video.
Had been raining off and on throughout the day. She said she heard commotion coming from them.
You said Anthony ABL is defending Carmelo Anthony? I didn't even know that. I don't watch his stuff that much. I was on with him one time, but I didn't know that. Frieza Max says femboy rights are human rights, Jeremy. Let's see. Oh, we finally got John freaking Murdoch. Finally. Sounds like don't stop or stop, don't shoot all over again. Hail John freaking Murdoch. By the way, John, you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say, John. You're welcome. I've saved you $500 over the last 4 days by not CobraCasting. Okay. You're welcome. I'm a nice guy. Okay. It was all for you, buddy. Just so you know, I was thinking about you. Nico says, never forget the Democrat Party weaponized race in this country. We never had these problems before. Barry, that's not how you say his name, right? It's Satoro, I think. I can't even remember what Barry's last name is, but became president. Barack Hussein Obama, Barry Obama. Is that how that's not how you spell his name, right? It's something else. Satoro, right? Is that it? Cam Man? Yeah, there it is. But either way, I knew what you were saying. So thank you, Nico. East Coast Toasted Boy says, I had that problem with Kick too. I hate it when they do that. If your email has capital letters, try them lowercase. Work for me. It's weird. Noted. Holy shit. I wasn't like asking for 400. Kind of wanted 5. No, I'm kidding. John, holy fuck. Woo. 4. He said it like that too, dude. Like, it was like, boom. Like, he didn't even hesitate. You know what? This is here, hang on. Let me see. I got to pull this up. Hang on though. All right. Right here. This is John walking into the chat, okay? Let me see, is that the best one I can find? Give me a second and I'll show you. This is exactly what it's like right here. I find these, the chat will appreciate this. If I can Man, gifts are hard to kind of pull up. Here we go. Here's John right here. There's John walking into the chat with the Vince McMahon strut. Let's go. There it is. Good old Vinnie Mac. If you're a wrestling fan, you know. All right. That's how it is. Thank you, John. You freaking insane person. Thank you.
Memorial tent, describing it as, quote, more so people wanted a certain person to leave, that person refusing to go, aka the people there wanted Carmelo to leave, and Carmelo refused to leave, even though he had no business being under that tent. She heard Carmelo Anthony say, quote, if you wanted me to move, you'd have to move me. She said Austin Metcalf didn't seem to want to fight. After the stabbing, she said, quote, I just heard his brother trying to find help for him. She said she feels some of the news coverage has been unfair and that it has taken a racial angle. She said she doesn't think the case has anything to do with race, and she does not think it was self-defense. Wow. Here's another student. Stuff like this never happened after fatal track meet stabbing. Another witness, a 17-year-old Frisco Memorial High School student who plays football and competes in track, said his mother and sister were at the meet. His sister is on the track team and his mother worked concessions. He said that when he arrived at the team tent, he was putting on his shorts and saw Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony. Austin was asking him, who are you? Because no one really knew who he was. The witness said he was trying to provoke Austin to touch him. Yeah. So again, another lie that is being debunked, which is that Carmelo and Austin knew each other. And Austin was the big white bully who had been bullying little Carmelo for years.
Too. That's exactly what they're doing.
Again, these people on the internet, they just make up whatever. They just make up whatever. They don't care about facts. They don't care about evidence. They don't care about how self-defense works. They don't care about anything except their narrative. That's it. That's all they care about. And again, lo and behold, the actual witness testimony, the people who are there are saying literally what we all knew, what was reported from the beginning. But again, the pro-blacks insisted, no. See, the white media is lying. The white media is lying. Carmelo was jumped. He was jumped by them white boys.
Who's the white media? I need to know who that is. Who's the white media? Even like conservative media, they're obsessed with trying to find a black person to prove that they're not racist. So like, who's the white media? PragerU? Daily Wire? Who? Because they all threw Candace in there as soon as they found a black woman who actually could articulate a sentence. They're like, oh, bring her in, elevate her to the top. Who's the white media that these people are claiming that they're hearing?
Zero evidence to support that claim. But these people ran with it. They ran with this idea that, Austin had been bullying Carmelo for years, right? A known bully. They claimed that the knife was a cleat sharpener. Like, they just made up so much. Again, are any of these people going to, actually come out and say, hey, we were wrong about the facts on this, right? We were wrong for spreading misinformation.
No, the same people that talked about Kavanaugh and sent him through the grinder and made up all of these lies about Kavanaugh, they're not going to backpedal. They're not going to be held accountable. They never have. They never will. So it's the same exact thing. The same exact thing.
And lies about what happened here. I guarantee you they're not. They're not. But again, this is working out the way I thought it would work out, right? Again, these are the real details that matter here. Quote, Austin was asking him, who are you? Because no one really knew who he was. The witness said he was trying to provoke Austin to touch him. Carmelo Anthony, was like, touch me and see what happens. He said, I don't know, sounds premeditated, right? Sounds very premeditated. Again, this is not good for Carmelo. This is not good for Carmelo at all. Austin told
and I obviously I agree with what Greg is saying there, but what's ultimately not good for, it's not good for what's about to happen. If this goes the direction it seems like it's going, get ready. Get ready.
Told him, I'm not going to fight you at a track meet. He said that's exactly his words. Wow. He said Austin Metcalf just touched him on the shoulder. He said he then heard Austin say, quote, he stabbed me, and saw Carmelo Anthony run away. He said he believes Carmelo Anthony provoked him, noting the conversation between Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf was short, less than 5 minutes, and that Austin Metcalf never held on to Carmelo Anthony or anything like that. Stuff like this never happened, not at a track meet, not in Frisco. He said, Austin was my team captain in football and told me he believed in me. It felt like I lost that one extra person who believed in me and pushed me to be great. The 17-year-old witness said he had a really hard time with the loss. Quote, it shook my sister worse than it shook me. He said, see, I'm going to tell you what the pro-blacks about to say. The pro-blacks are going to say, well, see, these are all Austin's friends and his team.
I like how Craig's calling him pro-black. It's so funny. It's so funny how he calls them out. I love it.
Right? So clearly they're lying, right? They're lying, okay? But again, we have not seen or heard any evidence as of the making of this video, I will say, that supports the pro-black side of this story, right? Or the pro-murder side of this story. 'Cause let's be real. They aren't just pro-black. They're pro-murder, okay? A 6-year-old witness, a wide receiver who also runs hurdles and the 400 in track, said the day felt completely normal before the stabbing. He recalled, quote, nothing unusual going on that day, and noted that the rain, quote, was not bad prior to the stabbing. What first caught his attention was an unfamiliar athlete, later identified as Carmelo Anthony, stepping directly into their team space. Quote, he walked up and stood in our tent, the witness said. The witness immediately questioned why someone from another school would be there, saying, quote, it's kind of weird when other schools come and stand under our tent. According to him, Austin Metcalf confronted Carmelo Anthony right away. Austin asked him why he's in the tent, but the situation didn't resolve. Austin asked him multiple times to leave our tent, and he proceeded not to. The teen witness said he did state multiple times that he had something in his bag. The witness said Austin Metcalf grew visibly irritated, explaining that, quote, Austin seemed frustrated and that Austin just wanted him out of there. Again, justified. You have some random person that you don't know under your tent with your valuable stuff.
This is not complicated at all. The more that you hear the details and the eyewitnesses, the worse that this is sounding for Carmelo Anthony. It's really that easy to break this down.
He was being a leader. Austin was being a leader. You're talking about captain of the football team. He was being the type of leader that you normally see in situations like that, right? Trying to protect other people's property, trying to protect their stuff. Then everything escalated in an instant. He said Carmelo Anthony nudged Austin Metcalf and then stabbed him. Chaos followed. He recalled that, quote, everybody started freaking out. Austin Metcalf, in shock, kept repeating, I got stabbed. The witness also said Hunter Metcalf was present throughout the entire incident and emphasized that no one saw this coming. As for Anthony's exit from the tent, the witness described it as strangely calm. Quote, it was really odd. He added, I think Carmelo was just trying to get away. He said he believed the incident was not self-defense, saying Carmelo Anthony provoked the stabbing. Ooh, boy.
We're just going to leave it at that. But I mean, again, so prepare for Summer of Love once again. Now, I think I give good advice in these situations, but I'm only giving you my perspective. If you are in a blue city and this actually goes in the direction that it seems it's going, here's what you should do. First and foremost, don't be in a blue city. But if you are the blue city, what's the rule? Go to a bookstore. Safest place during a riot for racial injustice. Go to a Barnes & Noble. Go to a Books A Million. You will be safe. It's the safest place. Trust me. Nobody's going there to steal anything, okay? What you should do is stay away from Nike stores, iPhone stores, things like that. Boost Mobile, stay away, okay? Stay away. but run to the bookstore. Take shelter in the bookstore. You'll be fine. Barnes & Noble is the safest place you can find. That would be my recommendation right there. Yes, stay away from liquor stores. Yes, stay away from liquor stores. The Waffle House game stores. Stay away from all that shit. Bass Pro Shops is a great place to go. All right? Go to Bass Pro Shops. You'll be fine. Right? Oh, man. But make sure you subscribe to Black Conservative Perspective, Greg. He does a great job. Hail to Greg over there. He's almost at 1 million subs. He's crushing it. Aaron says they did the same thing to Diddy, talking about when I was talking about Michael Jackson. I don't know about that one. Diddy made I don't agree with that. I mean, if we remember, Diddy said that white men like Trump need to be banished. That's what Diddy said about Donald Trump. Why would Diddy say that about Donald Trump? It's almost like Diddy didn't want anyone that wasn't the Democrats in power. Dark Red Knight says, you going to play the new Fortnite season this weekend? I am. I might play tonight. I might know if Jay is available, but I might play tonight. Scottish Badger says, I was selected for jury duty on this case. Nobody wanted to be on jury duty for this. Only liberals were trying to get on. That tracks. Minister of Things, have you seen the TDS over Trump renovating the reflection pool? The left are literally crashing out over the shade of blue because it's used, and now Cope is insane because it actually looks great. Yes, I have. We may cover that tonight. Yes, I have seen that. It's pretty fantastic. Frieza Max says, D-Day gay bro, let's go small deer tax. Packy Proton says, Man of Steel is not a Superman movie. Heath Ledger is also not Joker. Changed my mind. Well, I agree that Man of Steel is not a Superman movie. But yeah, Heath Ledger is a fantastic Joker. Eggy Orphan says, got get a translator like Caleb Hammer. If you have seen that episode, you're missing out. Talking about, he was on Joe Rogan. Slain Hope says, homeboy is on that lean. Predon Corp says, Jeremy, 2 effing years, brother, new badge. How about a swig of water for the working man? Cobra La, suffer quartering. Swig of water for the working man. Hail Predon Corpse. Vault 199 says, sounds like Black History Month. History Month history made up. Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier says the riot imperative will not be automatic someday. Captain JPS says, instead of that $10 super chat from earlier, I could have sent a milestone chat, but those are gay. And Jeanette with the gifted membership. East Coast Toasted Boy says, it wasn't a knife gun. It was a cleat sharpener. That idiot doesn't know what an improvised weapon is. A white dude was defending. And the ninja was the attacker. Patrick Proton says, didn't Marmillan send you? Yeah, the video of the black hole. Yes. Peter Constable says, Nolan is a pathetic hack who got his clout from making 2.5 good Batman movies. Everything else is mid at best. This is bait. I'm not even going to. That is 100% bait. I'm not even, I can't even take that seriously at this point. Marcus Holiday says, off topic, but I feel like people are way overreacting to the new God of War game. Thoughts? Disagree completely. The reaction to the God of War game is 100% justified. It is feminist propaganda. It is meant to utilize the iconic popularity of Kratos and then bring his wife into it, his dead wife into it. No, it is 100% justified. And when you find out who was working on it, Alana Pierce, it tracks. So no, this game is garbage. It's propaganda. It's only meant to take away from Kratos. It's just like any other property. The goal for them is to, they utilized a true male warrior that made the franchise iconic. They used a man to build the franchise, and now they are trying to have this woman take over the franchise. It is your somebody said it in their classic bait and switch That's what it is. There is no, like, Akeda said it best the other day when we were, because somebody was talking about the Princess Peach game, and Kata, again, I know it's rare for Kata to have a good take. I know, but Kata brought it up the other day. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Right here. Notice it's called Princess Peach Showtime and not Mario Princess Peach Showtime. There's the issue. Exactly. So if it was called Super Mario Brothers Princess Peach Showtime, they're trying to hijack Mario's brand, but they didn't do that with this Peach game. Peach has her own game. So, okay, fine. Who cares? But the fact that they're titling this God of War is bullshit. It's 100% bullshit. So I just disagree. I think we're not getting enough backlash for this trash game. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see where the ratio is. Last I saw, it wasn't ratioed. God of War. It is not ratioed. It's in Odyssey territory right now, though. The most recent Odyssey trailer, that's about the same as the most recent Odyssey trailer right there. So that's the reaction. It's deserved in my opinion, though, and it needs to be more. Charlie says hands up, can't swim tax. Packy Proton says, with how weak the British police are, now it's time for citizens to put them in jail. Daniel Strange says, Jay, hey, did you hear about George Floyd dying? Jeremy, the actor. Ministry Ron thinks is the crazy thing to me is the fact that is just now came out that Austin had a black teammate instantly chase Carmelo, quote, to avenge his brother. The media knew that killed the narrative. Oh, yeah, 100%. You are correct. Suggan says, never forget how much of a coward Austin's father was after his son was Minecraft. I'm having trouble remembering Austin's dad and how his reaction was off the top of my head. I do remember there was an issue, but I cannot remember the specifics on that. I'm drawing a blank on that one. I'm going to have to look that up to refresh my memory on that one. Packet Proton says a bit behind. Black Boomhauer. Vic Chavez says, let the riots happen. Even as an LA native, I practice my God-given rights. Hail the 199 and the major IDOT. He bent the knee. He bowed to the DEI crowd. Did he really? I mean, I probably talked about it. It's been so long since I covered it. I'm drawing a blank on trying to remember exactly what happened with him. He forgave him. Is that what he did? That's absolutely ridiculous. Eddie says that Dean Strickland getting banned is gay behavior. Nagranal says, thank God for people like Greg who aren't afraid to speak the truth, even if it means getting called a race traitor. Correct. Philip Johnson says that some Cobra cash for the weekend. CobraCast. Hail the 199. Thank you. Packer Proton says, current news joke. Thankfully, Beardo was not aborted at birth when his parents got the syndrome news. Yeah, I do want to talk about that because that's a huge story right now. I am shocked at how seriously some people are actually taking that story. So I'm sure most people are aware of the story with the YouTuber and his wife that got the, abortion because they found out their kid was going to have Down syndrome. The guy that is behind this is a YouTuber named McJugger Nuggets. He's a horrible human being. He's always been a horrible human being. He makes the single worst content on the internet. And when I saw that this story was out there, I immediately was like, is this even real? What you need to know about McJugger Nuggets is that he's made a career off of making up fake stories and building fake narratives. This is what he's done. And even TMZ's like doing interviews with them and all of that. It is crazy. And now people are starting to look into this a little more. So first, for those that are not aware of, what happened, let me go ahead and show you this as kind of where this whole story kind of took off. right here. YouTuber Jesse Ridgway, who's better known as McJuggernuggets. He has over 4 million subscribers. He's been around for a long time. And his wife aborted their child after finding out the baby had Down syndrome. Now, this is them doing this is like an in real time reaction. Who does this? Who does this? Who records the moment that you find out that your baby might have defects? Who does this?
Here we go. So we're going to see the result. I have to download the official report. Abnormal insight result. Consistent with trisomy 21. No.
What is it? Wait. Where are you seeing this?
No.
Let me see. I can't see it.
It says abnormal insight result. That showed 3 chromosome 21 signals consistent with trisomy 21 Down syndrome. Genetic counseling is recommended. Pattern consistent with trisomy 21.
Why are you recording this? What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay? I don't understand it. So this goes mega viral. Okay? Mega viral. Everybody is reacting to this news. Everybody's talking about it. Okay? Even got Patrick Bet David in on the party right here reacting to it.
YouTuber Jesse Ridgway and wife made difficult decision to terminate pregnancy after Down syndrome diagnosis came out, and it was a gut punch, okay, when the story came out. So, gut punch for them. So here's the story, okay? This was the baby of the YouTuber that apparently came out, and they found out. And Rob, Vinny, were they at first celebrating?
The amount of people that are buying into this is crazy to me. I do not believe this is legit. I straight up believe this is a troll from them. I really do.
Just on why actually ended their pregnancy, explaining why in a serious post on YouTube. Is this the video of them?
This is them celebrating.
Yes.
Go ahead.
They found out that they were pregnant.
So this is them finding out they're pregnant, not that they know the kid's down. Okay, go for it. Go ahead.
Okay, read that. There's a faint line right there.
Where's the instruction?
Okay.
Why is this complex? Where's the pregnant, not pregnant one?
So positive, 2 strong lines, or strong line and a faint line. Negative, positive, Jess.
Right?
So you think this whole thing is fake? I think that there's enough evidence to question if this is legit. Absolutely. So a few days ago, Nicholas Diorio made a tweet. He's deleted the tweet for some reason. I don't know why. But he was basically talking about how he thought this was probably legit. And I said, anyone that's paid attention to this loser knows this is very possible. He's fucked up enough for this to be a skit. I really hate this dude. Talking about McJuggernuggets. That's me. That was 2 days ago.
Dang, it is. What have you done?
I don't know.
Why stage something like this? For attention. But just wait. I've got more reasons to why I believe that there's reason to believe that this could be a troll from them. I don't know if it is, but you just have to ask the question. It kind of goes back to the Michael Jackson situation. You have to ask yourself, what type of parent would take a payoff if their child had been abused by this world famous superstar? Probably the type of parent that would make it up in the first fucking place, right? What type of person would record and monetize a very painful moment in their life of this situation that they're going through? What type of person would do that? Probably the type of person that would fake it to begin with.
So this is just their pregnant.
This is them. No, this
They're
is them
celebrating
finding
that
out.
they're
Yeah,
pregnant.
they're finding
Okay,
out that
that's
she's
great.
pregnant.
So what
And
happens
then,
next, Vin?
And then so there's a video, Robbie. This is them.
And probably, hypothetically, could have gotten a big payday from a pro-abortion crowd, because this puts abortion back at the forefront and the discussion back at the forefront, and it brings the conversation back to the forefront.
I don't know what app he's using, or I'm sorry, what results he's getting, like how the doctors are sending it, but this is them finding out that the kid has Down syndrome. Not that it's like dying and it's something bad. It just has Down syndrome.
Go ahead.
So we're gonna see the result. I have to download the official report.
Yeah, we don't need to watch this crap
one.
again.
Yeah, it's just-
And then they announced right there on the video.
Well, they because there was an ultrasound video, Pat, when once she started getting to the point, you can see the baby in the womb, which is, which they were, that was the baby in there, healthy, other than just having Down syndrome. And like, Pat, here's my opinion. I know you guys are gonna have yours. They admitted making the decision that it was going to be an inconvenience. Or they didn't want to deal with the responsibility that comes with raising a child with Down syndrome. And look, I criticize all these IRL, clavicular, all these people because it's not my kind of content. But this is something different. To record yourself getting the diagnosis.
You want to know what's an inconvenience? Illegal immigrants in my country. That's an inconvenience. Let's worry about that. Deport all illegals.
Talking about it publicly, then deciding to kill that baby's life, to me, it's horrific to me. To me, this is my opinion, Vincent Oshana's opinion. It's selfish, it's horrific. 67% to 85% of pregnancies in the United States with a Down syndrome diagnosis are aborted. That's not, listen to me. God does not make mistakes. Every single life has value. Every single one, okay? The Bible in Psalm 139, Tommy, and you talked about this before. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. That means God formed this child, okay? And loved that child before it was even born. A baby with Down syndrome is not a mistake, okay? That child is still fearfully and wonderfully made in the eyes of God, okay? Maybe, let's just say, maybe, because nobody knows the plan, Pat. Maybe that child would have been the greatest blessing that these two streamers could have ever received. Maybe God was going to work through them to soften their hearts, strengthen their freaking marriage, inspire other families.
And by the way, I finally just got my Kick working. So we are live on Kick for those that are curious. Finally got it reconnected and everything. So we're good to go now.
These Pat that are dealing with this same thing. Instead, this child is never going to get a chance to breathe. I don't know if they already had the abortion, Rob, but that child, they chose the fate of that child, okay? And I know people with Down syndrome, Pat. You know my best friend, Artie. He's Armenian.
Dude, I did too, man. Beardo, Drunk 3PO, Ryan Kennel. Like, I got friends that have it. Like, they're good people. Well, Jay and Beardo are, not so much Ryan.
Down syndrome. He is one of the happiest, loving, never upset, affectionate, pure-hearted people I've ever seen in my life. And by the way, this goes to every single kid with Down syndrome that I've seen, Pat. They're freaking happy. Here's a quick video, guys, of me with my friend Artie. I'm basically introducing him for the first time to his Michael Jackson in the Armenian community. His name is Harut Babujan. Look at the happiness in this kid. Go ahead, Rob. Who's your best friend in the whole world? Who's your best friend? Look at him. Who's your favorite singer of all?
Babujan.
Harut, right? All right, open that door. Let's go inside.
Listen, I'm on YouTube, so I'm going to be very careful. All I'm saying is I would much rather be surrounded by a bunch of people with Down syndrome than other groups of people in the United States of America. Just saying.
This is in Glendale, Pat. You know where this is. Look at this. Harut. Who's that? Look at that. Look at this dude, bro. Yeah. Harut's a G.
Who's your?
I think he's the best.
Look at this guy, bro.
Artie, you know who that is?
Look at how. Watch this. Look at Harut, Pat. Look at this. Look at how happy he is, bro.
He didn't give you shit.
Okay.
What a gentle.
He's just happy. Just happy.
My God. Didn't know me. Didn't know. I just told him the situation through one of my friends. And guys, yes, this comes with challenges. Having a child with Down syndrome has challenges. Nobody's denying that. But guess what? He's still a human being created in God's image, okay? His life has just as much value as anybody else. And guess what? So if you truly can't handle it, have the baby, give it up for adoption. There's families out there that are praying every day for freaking children, okay?
Dude, in this moment right now, because again, the evil of these YouTubers that have decided to either do this horrible act or they're doing some fake story for content, it's obviously changed the discussion for from different perspectives. If you are so upset about this, this is a perfect moment for me to promote a movie that I have talked about many times. And I've talked about it. I've seen this movie multiple times. It's not a movie that's prominent. The Peanut Butter Falcon. Watch The Peanut Butter Falcon. If you are so aggravated by this story, I'm going to play the trailer for you. It is such a good movie. It's so good. It's amazing. Watch this trailer right here.
2, 1.
It's so good. It's so good.
There's sheep in this world, and there are wolves in this world. And I know that you two boys are just two weary travelers who lost their way. So, we're going to clean you up right with a baptism.
I'm more a baptism by fire type.
Okay.
Come to my wrestling school and become a badass.
That's what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Yes, it is.
You let a half-naked boy with Down syndrome who has no idea how to get along in this world just slip out from under your nose. You two are close.
We are.
Well, then you'll figure out where he's at and you'll bring him back.
Are you following me? Maybe we could be friends and buddies, bro dogs, and chill. Have a good time. You seen the wrestling schools in Aiden? Yeah. One long road leads all the way down. I'll drop you there then.
I'm looking for a missing person. Have
Such a
you seen
good
him?
movie.
Little man on a lamb. Met your girlfriend back there, Eleanor. 2 bandits on the run.
Oh, yeah!
Rule number 1, don't slow me down. Rule number 2, I'm in charge. Hey, what's rule number 1? Party? No, not party.
Zach, you have a young boy with Down syndrome in the middle of nowhere.
All right, well, while you've been doing paperwork, we've been doing something called living. Oh, man!
Tell her I'm gonna give you all of my wishes for my birthday.
I made a promise to him, give him that wrestling school in Aiden.
No, we're not going to hop on your little raft and cruise around down the river.
Hey, Eleanor, I don't want to go home.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how far is it?
Not that far on the map.
Are your fingers to scale?
Yep.
Great movie.
I think it's time for us to go back now.
We could be a family.
Friends are the family you choose.
Wrestlers got alter egos. You need a name.
Falcon. Peanut Butter Falcon!
Watch it. I don't know where it's streaming. I own the movie, but it's a great movie. And with all the attention that's being put on this story right now, it'd be a perfect time to watch it. Somebody says this is all propaganda. You damn right it is. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Propaganda tax in the chat. Propaganda tax in the chat. Let's go. Propaganda tax in the chat. Almost fucked it up. Said it too many times. Let's go.
Families that would love to have a baby with everything that they had. So the whole story, Pat, really, I was in tears yesterday. I'm happy I got it all out. It broke my heart because this baby is still a blessing, even if the world saw it as a burden. And it really bothered me. And, prayers for the child. I don't know if they aborted it or not, but to just decide to kill it like that, Pat, really, it hurt me. It hurt me really bad.
Rob, is this them posting the results of what they're getting from people?
Yeah, this is the backlash that they received in their
so it says I've never seen such hate.
And here comes the victim narrative. So let me build this story for you, okay? So this Jesse and Ashley Ridgway Down syndrome abortion story isn't adding up to me. I think they faked the whole thing. I went to McJuggerNuggets YouTube channel, which is Jesse's main channel with over 4 million subscribers. His channel is riddled with controversial and weird, depressing videos. His wife, Ashley, has been the girlfriend leaving him in a number of videos. There are many videos about bad diagnosis to varying people in his life. How do we know any of this is real? This is my point. This is who this clown is. Look at this. The truth about my fake girlfriend. Fans broke into my house. McJuggernugget's new girlfriend, begging for my ex-girlfriend back. My girlfriend is leaving me. My girlfriend is done with me. My mom has a tumor. Ashley and I broke up. My girlfriend is leaving me. I'm in the emergency room. RIP to his aunt. This is who he is. He's a terrible fucking human being, okay? I've always hated this dude. I've always hated his garbage content. It pisses me off. And so I believe that this is just another example of him doing another skit. And so, you know, his aunt did pass away. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That doesn't change the fact that he's been lying about shit. And he's only making a video about his aunt passing away because he wants money from it. That's the point. Why does the internet need to know about your aunt passing away? It's because he can make money off of it. He's looking for sympathy off of it. I mean, I just had a terrible week with my family. I'm not giving you specifics because I don't really want to put that information out there because it's not worth it. It's not for the internet to know the specifics and details of my life. And so this guy has absolutely no shame whatsoever. None. He is a pathetic piece of shit. So now he's playing the victim right here.
Hate and vitriol from for two people grieving the loss of their unborn child and making an impossible decision the last 24 hours has exposed a side of humanity that is deeply disturbing, being called murderous piece of evil compared to Hitler and receiving nonstop death threats, seeing my 6-year-old dog in stage 4 kidney disease be used as a weapon, manipulating my words and intent in a tweet or saying will regrets this decision forever and must repent to God is an absolute insanity. If you ever wanted to marvel at the what is that word? The brevity of people online, just check the replies on my latest tweet. It's a shit show of epic proportions. Keep going. Okay.
And I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of this. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. You know, so I'll give you.
You don't like what, Patrick? Now, again, I like when Patrick Bet David talks about things that he knows. But when Patrick Bet David is talking about shit he doesn't know anything about, it is painful. It is painful.
My side of this. A few years ago, Jennifer and I announced during Thanksgiving that Jennifer's pregnant. I think you were there. I don't know if you were there, but I do know you were there.
I was there, yeah. I remember.
And I announced that we're pregnant. And then I announced that we're expecting twins. And so you have no idea how special of a day it was because I wanted 5 kids. So this was God's way of saying you're going to get your 5 kids. And while we're at the hospital, they announced us twins. Jennifer's crying. I'm laughing. Just visualize it. I'm laughing so loud and she's crying because she's like, what the hell are we going to be doing? Yeah. Yes. Anyways, we go in, we choose the kids for the boy, but we don't have the name. You know, we have the name for both. Brooklyn and Lincoln was his name. So we go in, 6 week, 7 week, 8 week, 9th week. I think it was 10th week or I don't know what the week was, but it was 10 or 11 weeks or 9 weeks. You go in and they say one of them didn't make it. Now keep in mind, we don't know which one didn't make it. Yeah. It was very hard when we went through this. We didn't know which one didn't make it. But I'm going to tell you, we've been married now to be 17 years this month, June 26th. Our 17th anniversary is coming up. Do you know for that month of the doctor preparing us that it could be a Down syndrome kid and be prepared for it? Do you know how it was sleeping every night, her and I? Like, it was challenging. We're watching videos. We're going through the whole process, steps of how the kids are going to react, what's going to happen to you, all of this. So, by the way, I sympathize for these guys. This is a young couple. I don't know how old they are. They look like...
Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about, Patrick Bet David. This guy, I am very much convinced that there is a strong possibility that this guy is faking this whole story for attention. I'm not saying it's 100%. I don't know. But if you look at the evidence of his YouTube career, it's very much possible that they are faking this whole story.
Like they're in their mid-20s. I don't know how old they are. Maybe they're in their mid-20s, maybe early 30s. They don't look like they're old. And so while you're going through it, Vinny, and maybe you don't have faith, you're not somebody that has that in your life, 33 years old, is that what it is? Yes, 33 years old that they're going through. I don't know their stories at all, so I don't want to judge these guys. It is a very, very difficult thing to go through, and they made this choice. It's interesting you said that because we have another friend of ours that they had their fourth kid, and they called me and we had a call together, and they said the fourth kid is a Down syndrome. It's definite. And I'm listening to these guys that they're going through it. And the father, his sister was Down syndrome growing up. Okay. And I said, look, I don't know what God is planning on doing, but maybe
so what's interesting, because I'm kind of getting bored with Patrick because he still seems to think that this is legit and he's buying into it. So what's interesting is Asmongold initially supported this. Now he's backpedaling a little bit. So this was the original post. Asmongold's response right here. And you can read Asmon's response right there. Okay. So that is his response. Now, see, the thing about some of Asmon's fans is that they seem to think kind of how like Trump supporters think that Trump is operating on 5D chess. And so they're like, you don't understand what Asmon's really saying. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Right there is what Asmon said. Okay. Now he's starting to backpedal a little bit. And this was his response here after the victim post from McJuggernuggets. And then Asmon said, I originally defended you, but after looking at your channel, it is the most demonic amalgamation of sympathy, slop, and tragedy corn I've ever seen. I can't imagine how much of a freak you would have to be to make content like that. Genuinely sick and depraved. So at least he's noticing what this guy is actually all about. But here's what's crazy. Okay, here's what's really crazy. If, this is a big if, this is a hypothetical because I don't know. But if this guy was making this whole story up and then Asmon made this response to a troll story, oof. That would be crazy if Asmon said this to a troll. And then he finally sees what this guy's content's all about. So he's starting to backpedal a little bit. Now, I believe Asmon did address this in a video. Yeah, here it is right here. Here's him in a video, okay?
I completely supported aborting kids that will have Down syndrome. I totally support it. I think it's the right thing to do. They're going to be a burden to society. They're going to have to be taken care of for their whole life. And again, like I understand that this is the part where a lot of the, like more moral people in my audience diverge. I'm really not. I'm not. I am very much a utilitarian. I'm very pragmatic. And whenever I see people that have Down syndrome or there's something fucked up about them, this is a person that will be a constant drain on society. They will only be a drain on society. And fundamentally, it's a tragedy. It's horrible. But sometimes making that decision is a mercy.
Woo! So there's Asmon. Now, one thing I've always said I appreciate about Asmongold is that the fact that he's going to give his honest opinion. Okay? He just is. For better or for worse. I absolutely respect that he is that transparent about everything he believes. He doesn't care what his audience thinks about it. And that is very rare on the internet. That is a wild take, though. I mean, that is an outrageous, insane take from him. So it all kind of goes back to, and this is where people, I think, don't have perspective. And I think I do a good job of having perspective beyond what's right in front of me. So your belief, Asmon's belief, and many people in the left's belief to something like this is that, well, if this person's a burden to society, then we should just get rid of them from the beginning. Okay? I think that this is the same argument. This is the same flawed argument of when liberals want to ban certain type of guns. We all know what that is setting us up for. Once you give an inch, they take a mile. So once you have implemented the precedent of giving the authority to the government to go, we're going to only take this type of weapon from you. And you're like, oh, really? Because that's just you preheating the oven. You're just setting up so that you can eventually start taking everything from me. So this is why the Pro 2A audience is like, you're not taking anything. I don't support you. I'm not giving you anything. Okay. So the point being is once you implement something to go, well, we're just going to eliminate anyone that's a burden to society. Where is the line? Where is the line? That's where it comes down to. So once you've implemented that, well, if this person is a burden to society because they have this thing wrong with them, well, what about the next thing? What about something else that might be wrong? What if someone is born without an arm? Do we just get rid of a person because they don't have an arm? Maybe they have a birth defect and they can't walk properly. Are we supposed to just get rid of them because they can't walk properly, because they're going to have to be helped around and they're going to have to be in a wheelchair and people are going to have to, like, where's the line? Like, common sense. If life has determined that this person will be born, they should be born. Simple as that. So this whole story is crazy, and the victim narrative around it has been amazing. But at its core, it's all about this guy, McJuggernuggets, who I think is probably trolling the entire internet right now. And I think he's getting exactly what he wants out of this. And people are falling for it and walking right into it. Even TMZ had him on and they talked about it on TMZ. And I'm just like, wow, you guys really are walking right into this thing, aren't you? Who knows? Who knows what's actually going to happen through this? If we ever find the truth out, I don't know. Like right here, it's possible this was planned, executed for max engagement, like a script. Steps: fake pregnancy, fake diagnosis, fake divisive decision, real responses to backlash. So, yeah, step 5 could be a fake divorce or announcing the pregnancy was faked. So, you know, I mean, ultimately, this is going in the direction that these clowns wanted. And here's their TMZ interview right here.
A very judgmental, religious base, saying we're going to burn in hell. You know, we deserve to die. You know,
I don't deserve to be a mother because of, you know, the decision that we just made.
Sometimes when you record your lives in real time this way, it can take unexpected turns that can really be emotionally gut-wrenching. And I'm just wondering how you feel about the fact that you now have this all recorded, you've posted it, and it lives with you. I'm wondering what your reaction is about all that.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I've been doing content.
Did they not like do any research? Like, why don't you ask him, like, hey, you faked a bunch of shit on your YouTube channel over the years to get to 4 million subscribers. You have faked all types of stuff with your family. You have faked everything. Why are we supposed to believe this is true? Nobody's asking these idiots that.
For 20 years now. For the first half, it was a lot of fictional stuff like series and whatnot. There is an not unexpected, but just a harsh turn in being so vulnerable on camera and sharing it. You know, you open yourself up to scrutiny. And with this topic, you know, we really wanted to let people in on our excitement to be first-time parents. And, you know, we're met with the news, and we felt we still needed to be transparent with our audience. And then it's taken on a life of its own outside of our bubble.
And I feel like sharing what we have, you know, thus far is something I will never regret. I don't regret sharing our truth and our journey to start.
Our truth, everyone. It's our truth. Hang on before we continue, because I know Justin had sent a 50. I'm sorry I didn't get this earlier. Justin for 50 says, I was thinking the same thing. Who records intimate life events for clicks? But every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks they are the most important person ever thanks to the internet. A generation of narcissists looking for clout and fame online. Yeah, it is first of all, as I said, when I initially responded to this, I hate YouTubers because I do. I hate YouTubers. YouTubers are the worst people on the planet. Okay. And the obvious statement there is, I'm a YouTuber. That's fine. I fucking hate YouTubers. Okay. So it's okay to hate them. I hate YouTubers. And these people are the reason why. I hate influencers. I hate all of these losers. I can't stand them. They're the worst. The 1A train says propaganda tax. Let's freaking go with the propaganda tax. Narco says one of two. I have a 3-year-old with Downs. He's sitting with me while I watch this. We found out he probably had Downs before he was born from an ultrasound, had clubbed feet and a big indicator, never considered abortion. Hail to you, Narco. Narco, have you seen Peanut Butter Falcon? I bet you'll like it. I really do. But yeah, man, shout out to you. And yeah, man, it's and he says, regardless if this is a troll or not, this D-bag is horrible to use Downs to get clicks. My son is the happiest thing on earth. Sent you a pic on X to share. If you want to share, you're welcome to. All right, will do, Narco. Hail to you, brother. And I agree, man. This guy's a sick and disgusting piece of garbage. He really is.
Starting a family.
I will say it was really difficult to watch both of you
just
break
wasn't.
down
No,
for
it
several
wasn't.
minutes as you read the test results. Honestly, I felt like it was invasive. Like I shouldn't be watching this pain that this couple is going through like this.
Yeah, we grappled with that.
We did, but if with this is such a common thing that happens, and I feel like if you were a fly on the wall with anybody receiving any type of news like this.
Narco just sent me a picture. He gave me the blessing to share. So here's the picture right here from Narco. Look at that. Look at this awesome guy right here, man. That's what's up. And he's watching right now. He's watching us right now. So that means he's going to see the chat and everything. So there we go. Look at that. That's good stuff. Thank you for sharing, brother. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome stuff.
That we reacted the same as everyone else. We just decided to share it.
And we really thought it was going to be good. So that's why we were filming it.
Shellback Veteran says he will contribute nothing to society. Well, we're going to get super chats for him right now. So that means he's already contributed. So that means he's going to help build Geeks and Gamers right now. How about that?
People aren't showing this ever because it's so hard and you open yourself up to the bad. But I feel like the world is almost lacking in that vulnerability with the death threats and everything. It has been shocking. Close.
Okay, this one's true right here. Narco, I hate to criticize you, but this is fair. Terrible father for making him watch Jeremy. Narco, I can't defend you on that one, brother. Like that's probably a bad decision on your part. So I can't defend that one. So I can't defend that.
People to us, very judgmental, religious based, saying we're going to burn in hell. We deserve to die.
I don't deserve to be a mother because of the decision that we just made.
Yeah, we had a gate installed.
He's not wrong.
I have a gun next to my nightstand because it's been getting so ridiculous.
Wait a minute. You wait. You at what? What's that? Hang on. Let's hear that one more time.
I have a gun next to my nightstand because it's been getting so ridiculous.
So are you implying that you would like, so if someone wanted to take your life, you would like to defend yourself. It's interesting. Wonder if your kid maybe felt that same way.
And they'd be coming to emails, DMs, you name it. It's been, we've seen the darkest side of humanity through this process.
Hopefully you get pregnant again and everything works out. Are you going to be as transparent this time around as you were last?
I don't know. I'm still like living in this, obviously. So it's definitely something that we'll think about moving forward, but I never not want to be transparent.
Yeah, I just don't believe them, man. I don't believe them. I don't believe anything this guy says. I don't believe anything he does. So that's where I'm at on it. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I am curious if these guys buy it because it sounds like they are.
Siblings are going to be such good caretakers that's going to cause them to become the types of leaders. We don't even know what they're going to do. It's going to take us 40 years to know why God did this.
Yeah.
Could take us 50. Could happen, and you're not even here to witness the blessing that he gave. But this is a very, very difficult thing that this couple's going through. Of course, I don't, whether I agree with the decision or not, it's a different thing. I still pray for this family as they're going through this, and I hope they have enough love around them to encourage them while they're going through this. It's very hard to get pregnant. And then, 70% of first pregnancies lead to miscarriages. And then to have this, I'm sure nobody's in more pain. The baby's no longer here with us. That's, of course, number one. But then I'm sure they're also going through challenging times. Adam.
Look, this story hits close to home in many different ways. My father was born with cerebral palsy. So every year he would make us go to the special.
I'm going to be honest. I don't care what Adam has to say. This, like, you guys are walking right into the trap. These people put content on the internet to make money. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care. Maybe I'm just old school, okay? My personal life and my family is the most important thing in the world to me. And making content out of that doesn't even remotely seem possible for me. It's not even something that I ever think about because it's just not realistic. Because they're not for content. They're, that's my private life. So it's like, even talking about it in a vague way is difficult for me. I've done it here and there, but that's all I care about, their safety and all of that. Like, to put your entire life at the forefront of the internet is fucking crazy to me.
Olympics. And I remember being like, I don't want to go to the Special Olympics, Dad. Like, why do I got to be around these people? And he's like, son, you're coming. And let me tell you something. When you volunteer for the Special Olympics, you know what you're called? You're called a hugger. Your job is to hug them and give them a hug and say, congratulations, you won. You got second place. This is me giving out medals at the Special Olympics too. Now my buddies run the Special Olympics. You don't need to use the volume. But look, being around these kids who have all different types of challenges, whether it's Down syndrome, whether it's muscular dystrophy, whether there's all the different issues out there, the smiles on these kids' faces when they get a medal. Rob, if you could play that first video, it's hilarious. The smile on these kids' faces and these young people's faces, it makes their day. And it teaches you empathy and it teaches you compassion. This guy's hilarious. And it gives you character. And you realize, oh my God, life is precious. And life.
I actually, I'm not a huge fan of Adam. I agree with everything Adam's saying right here, though. I agree with everything he's saying.
Is beautiful. And you don't know what you're going to get. Believe me. There's more I can say about that later. But the Special Olympics teaches you to have compassion and have heart. And for this young couple, I'm so sorry that you're dealing with this. I hope
you guys are walking.
You make a decision to not have an abortion. I don't know if they did that yet.
They don't care. They're not looking for your sympathy. They're looking for your clicks.
That pains me to see, but the twist on this, Vinny, you're a comedian. You know, I did comedy for a while. Nothing is as funny as having a good time with these guys.
They're the best.
And it puts a smile on your face. And I wish more people understood the pain that comes with stuff like this, but also the joy.
Tom.
I'll tell you, I see this on three angles. And first of all, to those of you that spewed vitriol at these folks, shame on you.
Oh, shut
That is not
up.
the way to respond.
Oh, shut up.
The way to respond is with love and compassion.
You guys are so stupid. You guys have 7 million subscribers and you have no idea how YouTube works. You have no idea. Again, man, like we're talking about a guy. All right. Let's go to some of his most viewed videos. Okay. His most viewed videos back when he blew up. His most viewed video is Psycho Dad Shreds Video Games, where his dad is running over his video game collection. Okay. Psycho Kid ruins Thanksgiving. This is all a skit.
I'm not saying it.
Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
Amen.
Real funny, Dad. Made me look like a stupid idiot in front of the whole family.
It wasn't funny. It was
You do this all the time.
I know.
Sarcasm makes me look stupid.
By the way, I watched this video back in the day. I thought it was funny, but it's fake.
Jess, all we want is a job. That's all we need from you.
And I work for you. That's not a job. That's not good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's plenty good enough.
Could you
Why
just say something
What?
that you're thankful for? It's Thanksgiving. You can
I'm
just
not playing his game. Why are you taking his side?
I'm just trying to keep the peace.
So this is who he is, and now you guys are here on Valuetainment are like, for anyone that was being mean to them, shame on you. Like, you know who you're dealing with,
and reminding them that God is in charge and this would not be God's decision. And reminding them that the God that loves them and loves his child, that's where it is. But to spew the profanity and the vitriol, that's just so out of bounds. You're not going to accomplish anything. What are you accomplishing? You're accomplishing nothing for the God you claim to represent when you do it like that. And I'll tell you, we saw some of this. The obstetrician, when Kim was pregnant with Brooke, did a great job of scaring the hell out of us because, Kim was 40. So they did just an incredible job of just scaring the bejeez out of us. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do this, we do this. Until we found one doctor that said, none of these tests are 100% accurate.
Okay, so I can't take any more Valuetainment. They're way deep into this, and they think that it's real. They think that this is like genuine. I don't know that for sure, but there's no way that Trump is posting this to True Social right now. I'll look that up in a minute. But in closing, I don't know for sure if it's fake or if it's real, but gun to my head, I would say it's fake. It's another skit done by someone that's built his entire career off of skits. And regardless if it is or isn't a skit, it doesn't matter. I don't like these pieces of shit one way or the other. We got Nandy says Benology at Thanksgiving is the content we need. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? I don't think there's enough super chats in the world to make me want to do that in IRL. I don't think so. Thank you, Nandy. Beardo Pre-Ordered Starfield says, let's lighten the mood with a video from Benology. What the hell? What is this Benology love all of a sudden? This seems coordinated. This seems very coordinated. I'm not buying this. All right? We need to watch Tom's He-Man rant. You know what? That's a way to that's a way to get everybody calmed down, okay? So again, I did go watch Masters of the Universe. And I thought it was fine. But someone else didn't think it was fine, and that would be Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge. Now, I want to be very clear about this video, okay? Even though I liked Masters of the Universe, even though I liked Masters of the Universe, did I review it on Critic List? I did. I reviewed it on Critic List. It's got some good and it's got some bad. Even though Tom and I probably disagree, I love this rant from Tom. I don't know if Tom thinks that this is like somebody going after him, but we're not like this is. I love this rant from Tom. This is amazing. Okay, so here we go. Tom, this is his opinion on the new He-Man movie.
This was Masters of the fucking Blunderverse. This was Thor Love and Thunder times 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. And anybody who says this isn't woke, they're lying to you. This is the wokest shit I've seen in years. Years. Everything from insert the fucking Planeteers here to fucking, toxic masculinity on this end. It's all here, kids. Every fucking color of the rainbow. My God, what have we done? Fuck you, Mattel. Fuck you, Amazon. Fuck Masters of the Universe. After Revelations, after this, we are done. Divorced. I am so glad I spent no more than $20 together on those fucking toys. You want to know why? This movie's not getting another goddamn dime of my money, nor is Mattel, for the rest of my fucking life. Done. That's all.
I love how he says rainbow. It's
seen in years. Years. Everything from insert the fucking Planeteers here to fucking, toxic masculinity on this end. It's all here, kids. Every fucking color of the rainbow.
I love this rant so much. This is so good. Tom, don't think that it's hate. It's not, man. This is all love. You are exactly what nerddom should be. This is passion. I love this. Again, I liked it more than you. I didn't love Masters of the Universe, but it's fine. You know, it's fine. I think I get like a 55 or whatever on Critic List. But I understand where Tom's coming from. I really do. I get where his anger is and all of that. I hope he's on Flashcast tonight. I really do. I don't think he's going to be on Flashcast because apparently he left the Flash DM room over this movie. So, hail to Tom, though. That is a legendary rant. I loved it so much. It was so good. My response to it, where's my response? My response was right here. If I was on the fence about this movie, this clip would have sold me. However, I'm seeing it tonight already. So. Oh, love it. Passion is a good thing. All right, let's see where we're at. John says, here's some money to send that boy a Geeks and Gamers hat. Not everything is about you, Jeremy. Okay, it is, but send him a hat for having to watch you. Stay frosty. Hell yeah. Thank you, John. I appreciate it, man. Let's see. We got Daniel says, I'm enjoying the game Marathon. Contrary to the internet, Bungie has woke staff, but that doesn't mean Marathon is woke unless you think the cyberpunk genre is woke. Criticize bad games and woke companies, but don't purity spiral. I agree with that. Look, man, I do think we're in this kind of like, you know me. I mean, I'm never going to be shamed into a video game or a movie or a TV show. If I like something, I'm going to say I like it. If I don't like it, I'm going to say I don't like it. I don't care. People can disagree or whatever. And so I haven't played Marathon, but I'm glad you're enjoying it. I have not played it, you know, but for like Tom thinks that the He-Man movie is woke. I don't think that it's woke, but I do think you could point to a couple of woke elements, which is still, by definition, I guess you could call that woke, but it's not overly woke. But yeah, like it does have a race swap. It does have a couple things in it that are issues. So, but you have to make up your own mind. Simple as that. East Coast Toasted Boy says, Aspen believes in eugenics. He agrees with them. Patriotic Eagle says, haven't been around lately, but I'm always here in spirit. Hail the 199. I appreciate it. Real Gray Ghost says, as tarded as he is, I would never abort Beardo. Piano Dean says, I wonder if pro-choice liberals would think it's evil to abort a child because you're afraid it will turn out LGBT. Interesting dynamic there. Packet Proton says, we are going to find you a topic that gets you so heated. Tom looks calm. He's just a passionate guy. I love the passion from Tom there, man. It's great. We need more of that. Little Jim Taylor says, propaganda tax. Jackson with props. Robert says, this is propaganda tax. John Jones says, those abortion papers signing your name against the word of God. Michael Jackson. Darth Gavel says, propaganda tax. Craig says, propaganda tax. Roland Crusader says, pro-life propaganda tax. Hail the snake pit. Probably equals says, propaganda almost fucked it up tax. Slain Hope says, pro-humanity propaganda tax. Bram Forsyth says, come on, man, making me pay for you being a dumbass tax. I try. Frieza Max says, propaganda tax. Captain JPS says, propaganda tax. Holy shit, that's a lot of propaganda taxes. That's a lot. There's a few. Summer says, propaganda tax. Look at there. More propaganda tax. We got Steeda Mike says, good Jer, family tragedy grift tax. Hope your dad's a reduction surgery went well. Thank you for the 10. The 1A train says, to think we got an allegedly fake Down syndrome YouTuber abortion interview on TMZ before we got GTA. You know it. You know it. Let's see. Daisy comes says, my daughter test reported Downs and spinal. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. She had neither. The problem was the placenta. She was premature and doing well, but she ended up with an infection and she passed at 20 days old. I am so sorry to hear that. Prayers up for you. So sorry to hear that. That is terribly sad, and I can't even imagine it, honestly, going through that. East Coast Toasted Boy says, Mark Hamilton called. He said he's outraged that there wasn't an actual baby to abort. He demands that there be a baby to be aborted since he failed the last time and ended up with a granddaughter. Good old Mark Hamill. Leighton Hallman says, as a man who has lost and burned buried, is that buried? Buried. 2 children, one which we knew wouldn't make it from birth. I would give anything to have them back tomorrow. My daughter would have been 4. Fuck those people. I am so sorry to hear that. That is, I mean, I can't even process how it is to go through that. And anybody that's gone through that is just awful. It's unbelievable. So I'll never understand the strength it takes to overcome something like that. So you have nothing but my respect and my prayers. Absolutely. And prayers up in the chat for everybody. Thank you guys in the chat. Kate says, I like Dutton Ranch better, but Marshall's is Longmire light, picking up on some of the Yellowstone side stories of biker gangs, trafficking, and res girls, etc. Okay, so you are liking it. I'll probably wait till I can just binge through it. The week-to-week stuff isn't working for me on that one. But yeah, for Dutton Ranch, though, I'm really enjoying that one. Let's see. Punker Tune says, my best friend died at 40 with Downs, outlived the doctor's estimate by 30 years with a full church. If true, these people deserve hell. Agreed. Woodsy says, pro-life tax, babies' lives matter. Jacob says, a biopic of Beardo before G&G. Jeremy, is this why we have Beardo? Let's see Down syndrome Beardo memes on Tuesday night's main event. Bobble Bo says, ever noticed who are pro-choice have already been born? You know, it's pretty interesting, isn't it, how that always works out. SBZ says, I need to know Simple Jeremy's opinion about this. About what? Narco says, why do both TMZ hosts look like PDFs? East Coast Toasted Boy says, Asman still didn't denounce eugenics, only them. No, I mean, he's made it pretty clear where he stands. Right, Matt says, hey, Jeremy, I just watched England versus New Zealand. We won 1-0, which isn't great, but it was a World Cup warm-up, so I'm not complaining. The match was in Tampa. Hope you're doing well. Hell the 199. Come on, England. Let's freaking go. Marcus Holiday says, well, maybe we don't agree on God of War, but I think we can agree that the new Ace Combat 8 Ace looks peak. Agreed on that. We do agree. And listen, you're never going to, like, I can have a strong opinion on something, but if you want to go play the game or watch the movie or the TV, I don't give a shit. Like, that's your right. I'm never going to tell somebody they can't do something or tell somebody that they're not allowed. Like, I think that's super gay mentality, but I'll have my opinion on it and you can have yours. And, at the end of the day, we can all be friends, Godzilla's Grease says Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee remake confirmed. I'm over the moon right now. I bet you are. We know you are. We know you're hyped. Let's see. Asman is what not having the love of God gets you. Isn't, and I don't know this for sure, but like, isn't Asman like an atheist or whatever? He's not a believer from what I understand, right? I don't think. I don't know that for sure, but I think I've heard him make some references like that. Yes. Agnostic. Okay. Bob says, say hi to that smiling kid in the Santa hat. Absolutely. He said it. Okay. This is Fletch says, don't know if this has been said. They both still wear masks in public. Yes, I saw a picture of them. So we're talking about the couple that had the abortion story, but they both still wear masks in public to this day, or at least there's a recent picture of them wearing masks in public. Narco says he's not wrong. Peter says, as Palpatine said, F them out. Summer says he is fake and a fraud. I agree with you. Thank you, Summer. Little Orphan Funkhauser says, Beardo 2, McJugger Nuggets. I don't believe you. Prove it. I don't believe you. Packy Proton says, Beardo's more useful on Earth than I am. Guess I don't belong here either. Chug says, people I don't really like. You, myself, Simon effing Cowell. I really hate Simon Cowell. That twat. Really? I mean, I don't have a strong opinion on Simon. I don't really know much about him outside of American Idol. So Packet Proton says, Tom is saying everything we fans of franchises from the 70s onwards are feeling. Team Tom. I agree. Metalhead says, Jeremy admitted he likes Man of Steel and he rides seatless bicycles. Whoa, buddy. Chuck says, I love you, Jeremy. No homo. King Trump. Bathuman says, Asman was on welfare but didn't off himself. Ironic. Captain JPS says, Tom's rainbow tax. SBZ says, I wish you could play Tom Connor's rant on Fantastic Four during the Flashcast. I remember Ripple was there and he couldn't stop laughing. If somebody has that clip, I'll send it to me. Omar Barr's music says they should change Marshalls to Marshall Mathers or Marshall Matters. All right, next up, because there's more to talk about because I haven't been here in forever. California, ladies and gentlemen. California is a disaster. And I don't know what the up to the minute situation is, but they are clearly trying to steal this election. Shocking. But President Trump has stepped in.
Ballots. You see that's what's happening in California. They're rigging the election. Now, maybe we caught them and maybe they won't be able to get away with it. They tried with me. They did it successfully the second time. The third time, we made it too big to rig. Too many votes. They couldn't do it. They can only go. They sort of gave up at about 9:07 where they got slaughtered with the votes that came in. But no mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. So we're being very progressive, and we just don't want cheating in our elections. And you see it happening in California. Those numbers are coming down rapidly. They found a lot of mail-in ballots last night, shockingly. So we don't want that. And one thing I think that's done is expose how corrupt our media is. And I really do, while we're here, I hope the media looks at this election that's taking place in California, where they think it'll take 7 or 8 days to count the votes. Can you believe this? I mean, they spend all that money on the machines, the big voting machines. They think it's going to be 7 or 8 days before we know who won the election. But the numbers are looking strange because without any vote counting, the numbers dropped very precipitously for 2 Republicans that are doing well, that had been doing well. And I hope you're all watching it because I'm watching it very closely.
An absolute disaster. California is still counting votes. The election was Tuesday. They're just about 50% done counting. They found a blind woman evaluating the ballots too and put her on camera. The entire election system in California is a fraud. The chances of him receiving not one vote out of 24,000 in a recent ballot drop is statistically impossible. Yet that actually happened. 24,000 ballots and not one went to Spencer Pratt. Not one vote went to Spencer Pratt. Are you kidding me? We're supposed to believe that. Get the hell out of here. Raman is surging in late counted ballots and could potentially knock Spencer Pratt out of the November runoff against Karen Bass as more votes are counted. This is a joke.
And Nithya Raman are battling it out for the second spot in the runoff with the right to face Karen Bass. Who will it be? Madeline Rivera joining us now from Washington with the very latest. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning. So about 70% of the vote has been counted in California, and several of the outstanding ballots are coming from major metropolitan areas like Sacramento, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Still, Democrat Javier Becerra is expected to advance to the general election in the gubernatorial race. At the moment, his lead over Republican Steve Hilton is less than a percentage point. Becerra is at 26.8%, and Hilton is at 26.4%. Democrat Tom Steyer sits in third place at about 21%. In the race for LA Mayor, Spencer Pratt and Nithya Raman are battling it out for second spot to face off against incumbent Karen Bass in November. Raman gained a...
He was like at 29.9%. And now he's down to 28.2, and all of these mail-in ballots, he's just bleeding votes to her.
1.5 percentage point between Thursday and Friday, slightly eating into Pratt's lead, but Pratt still remains in second place. A lot of people, though, now are criticizing California's vote counting process because of the delays. The state relies so much on mail-in ballots, which naturally take a longer time to count. Our Matt Finn.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious what we are witnessing. They're doing it right in front of our faces. And they just have no, like, it's so disgusting. It really is. I saw even right here, let me find it. Got to go through my bookmarks and find it. Right here. Even DeSantis is saying, what a joke. They don't even know how many ballots are outstanding. I mean, this is where we are. Welcome to the Democratic way of doing things. This is their version of democracy. Agreed 100%. This is exactly it. You called it. Mail-in voting fraud. Yes, indeed. Justin says it should have Beardo count the votes. He can't read, but who knows? He could be like Rain Man at counting. That's very true. You never know. Well, whatever. For 10 on Rumble says fake Jew tax. Beastie Man says, just watched Scary Movie 2 days ago. I'm glad it's making fun of everyone. I enjoyed it for the most part, at least. I am glad it's pissing off the right people, SJWs. Anyway, hail the Snake Pit and the 199. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dark Red Knight says, what do you think of the new Stellar Blade game? I think it looks great, and the main character is hot. I haven't caught up on everything from Summer Games Fest. So, but from what I've seen from Summer Games Fest, it was a great show, but I'm still catching up on everything. Obviously, Code Veronica being announced was huge, and they did a lot. They did a lot of good stuff, so I'm still catching up on everything. So I'll fill you in on Monday on Geeks and Gamers about all of that. Dark Redness says, Asmon's response to the Ridgeway story has been disgusting, in my opinion. I had to unfollow him because I can't support someone who thinks someone like me and people I've grown up with shouldn't be alive. Yeah, it's a wild take from Asmon, man. I totally understand that. I cannot believe it. Waffle Master says, Asman, quote, I believe we should give universal basic income away to people who don't work. I hate, or I had it growing up. Also, Asman, Downies go to the groundy. They're a drain anyway. Rare Asman L. It's a pretty big L, but I don't know if it's going to have any real impact on, what he does, but we'll see. Pre-Dawn Corpse with 52 kicks. Thank you. And again, we are live on Kick. I know I had an issue with I couldn't get the stream going, but we are live now on Kick. So if you're over there, I appreciate it. And if you're not, then that's fine too. Wiley Dave's in the chat. I see Wiley Dave. What's up, Wiley Dave? And of course, Pre-Dawn Corpse loves it when we're on Kick. His L's are more common, rather rare. Or his L's are more common rather than rare. Okay. Is Trump getting involved in investigating the fraud? To an extent. I mean, there's only so much he's going to be able to do, but it looks like they're trying to, look into it and investigate it. 8 o'clock says, this is why I laugh when California conservatives say things like, well, if I leave, who will fix it? Like, bro, they will never let you fix it. I mean, I get the point of what you're saying, but that mentality is what they want. They want you demoralized. They want you to give up. And, I don't think that Spencer Pratt can win right now, but he's building a foundation. And so I don't think he's going to do anything right now, but hopefully he's building a foundation for the future. You can't let them demoralize you, though. Poor says, check out the trailer from the movie called Riding the Bus with My Sister, starring Rosie O'Donnell. Yikes. Where is that at? It's just beyond fixing. It must collapse to be rebuilt again. Nothing is ever done about the cheating, though. Yeah, I do get it. I understand the frustration. And now, according to Polymarket, Spencer Pratt now has just a 4% chance of advancing in the LA mayor race as officials continue to count mail-in ballots. It's just a joke. It's an absolute joke. Yet here we are. My goodness. What the hell are we doing? Let me see here. Oh, so so I was watching game 2 of the NBA Finals. When is game 3? Is it tomorrow night, game 3? Because Trump is going to be at game 3 of the NBA Finals. That's going to be interesting. I don't know where Trump is going to sit, but is game 3 tomorrow night or is it Monday night? I'm sure Chad will let me know. Monday night? Okay. The Spurs had every chance to win that game last night, and they just blew it. I couldn't believe that they blew that game. That was crazy. It would have been 1-1 going to New York. Now, Knicks are up 2-0, and the Don will be in the house. So that will be interesting. Yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to be at courtside or anything like that. It would be cool because there's Trump right here getting ready for the Knicks game. Here we go. There's Trump. Could you imagine if Trump showed up dressed like that? Come on, Trump, show up dressed like that. It'd be awesome, man. Everybody would love it if Trump was dressed like that. It would be great. But I don't think that he will. I'm pretty sure he'll show up in his suit and tie like he always does. So, let me see. There was one other tweet that I saw that I wanted to show you really quick. Got the Timberlands on. Yeah, man. Those are Timberlands, and Trump is eating a hamburger. He's drinking some alcohol. That's definitely not Trump. Definitely not Trump at that point. So now she's only 21,000 votes to catch up to Spencer Pratt with 253,000 left. He's clearly getting railroaded. This is happening right here. She's suspiciously almost beating even Karen Bass in the late mail-ins. California's elections are worse than a third world nation.
mayor's race as Nithya Raman, who is polling at third, suddenly gaining some ground, adding 10,000
Oh, suddenly,
votes.
suddenly gaining some ground, guys. Suddenly gaining ground. Oh, yeah. Yeah, suddenly. Is this the clip we just watched? This is not the clip we just
Mayor's
watched.
race as Nithya Raman, who is polling at third, suddenly gaining some ground, adding 10,000 votes as those mail-in ballots were counted. That closed the gap with second-place candidate Spencer Pratt. The U.S. Attorney's Office visiting an L.A. County vote processing center on Friday to observe the counting after President Trump called for an investigation. According to U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley, there is no evidence of anything illegal, but he says they will follow any new evidence wherever it leads them. Also, Karen Bass speaking today at an immigration roundtable saying she's not concerned about this process.
Of course she's not.
All weekend, including right after this, I'm in
Ugh.
a meeting in Long Beach with the U.S.
Ugh.
Conference of Mayors. There's several hundred mayors there. You know what the hot topic is? This is the hot topic right now. And people worried about elections, we're fortunate we don't have to worry about that here.
Ugh.
And California Secretary of State Shirley Weber reminding voters here in the Golden State that the counting could take, probably will take, up to 30 days after the election. So got to have a lot of patience.
What a joke. What an absolute joke. Yeah. Right in front of your faces. They're not even trying to hide it at this point. California is a disaster. A complete and total disaster. All right, next up. 30 days. That's insane to even say out loud. Yeah, I know. Bearded Sports Psych says California voting system is legit, just like Saddam's Iraq. Yes, just like it. It's just like it. Also, we've got protesters here. Right here. And these protesters watch women hold up the half the sky. Charlie Kirk deserved to die. That's what they were saying right here.
Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Women hold up half the sky. Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Women hold up half the sky. Charlie Kirk deserved to die.
These are the people right now. These are the people that are telling you that Carmelo Anthony is innocent and that the California mayor race is 100% legit.
Women hold up half the sky. Charlie Kirk deserved to die.
We also had this person right here. Where did I have it? Right here in San Antonio, a radical left-wing dressed as Charlie Kirk is reenacting his assassination in front of attendees at the TPUSA Women's Conference. So this is what leftists are doing right here. It's absolutely sick, dude. It's unbelievably disgusting. What is wrong with you? Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? What happened to you in your life to lead you to this place? We also had Erica Kirk the other day was dealing with some type of protests. What was this right here? Heckler just accused Erica Kirk of protecting PDFs, and she responded with pure class. So let's hear this.
It's important to remember that happiness comes and goes, and I pray that you find it. an important moment. Love you guys.
Again, man, first of all, like, not a fan of hers, really. Not a hater of hers, really. But the stuff that she has gone through with literally no evidence to support the craziness that she's accused of is wild. But it's more representative of what's going on the internet. Can't hear anything, but it's a cool video. Sorry you couldn't hear it. But yeah, the woman has just faced so much hatred and all of the negativity. It's kind of crazy, man. And it's sad. It's very sad. Only Gray Man says, we were filming in Brooklyn yesterday and had choppers flying, had to adjust the flight refuels because Vance flew in. Lib crew was pissed and I laughed. I love hearing that. Thank you, Only Gray Man. Hail to you. Ben Ryder says, I'm sorry, the people saying Charlie Kirk deserve to die are literal demons, and I don't say that lightly. Truly disgusting and evil. We agree completely, brother. It's an evil, evil mindset. Ministry of Wrong thinks if Trump wins the SCOTUS case on the definition of voting day, it would single-handedly end the insane 30-day election counting in California. When is that? When are we going to find out about that? When are we expecting to hear something from that one? But yeah, the stuff that Erica's gone through is just, it's depressing. It's sad. But at least we know that Charlie Kirk is in heaven smiling down at every quartering video. At least we know that. We know his family is catching hell. His wife is being attacked all the time, but he's enjoying those quartering videos. So at least he's smiling down from heaven from that perspective. We also have this right here. For the first time since 1935, the United States now has net negative migration. Yes, this is what I voted for, as Matt says right here. Hail to Matt. And there's a point on that too that we need to understand. And you gotta understand the full perspective here. Because I'm just gonna be honest, man. This might be shocking, okay? But we're about to hear a phenomenal take from one Tim Pool. I know, but what Tim says in this video, and it applies to what we're looking at right here, is so on point. So I don't know if you're aware of this, but it looks like the Chicago Bears are leaving Chicago. Okay? It's not sarcasm. Tim, very upset about this, but we're not going to watch the whole video. But man, if he doesn't, he makes a perfect point about this. So listen here. Here we go.
Let's get into the news. We got this from WTHR NBC. Welcome to Indiana. Bears board votes to move the team from Chicago to Indiana. I would like to just say, congratulations to Indiana. You've won. Indiana's just been doing better than Illinois for a long time. We all know it. And don't get me wrong. You had those state senators that are, they didn't want to redistrict, and well, they got what was coming to them. Indiana just has generally been better for a lot of reasons in terms of freedom and gun rights and buying cigarettes, I guess, as long as I've been around. Everybody in Chicago knows it. And now they've taken from us our Bears. They have done it. And, well, I say good match, good match. My anger is now with Indiana for actually securing the Bears, the Indiana Bears. They're not. You can't use the word Chicago anymore. I forbid.
They probably will. I don't know if they'll. I don't know. I don't know if they're still going to use the name Chicago if this ultimately goes through or not. But there's a point that Tim makes as to why this is so incredibly important. And it's the bigger picture here. Listen, obviously, I'm a sports fan. I know most of or not most, but a lot of the audience here is not going to care about sports. But this is not a sports topic. That's what you have to understand. This is not a sports topic, what we're about to address right here. And Tim's point is so good.
Did it. Chicago failed. We failed. And I know a lot of you might be saying there's going to be a mix, right? A lot of people care about sports. They care about our iconic teams, our traditions. They care about watching football. And I respect that. But there are a lot of people who are probably saying, like, I don't care about sports ball. Who cares? This is not about sports ball. And I hate that word too. It's like people make fun of sports. I like sports. I'm not a big football or basketball watcher, but I respect it.
And they can make fun of sports. Who gives a shit?
And it's physical feats. They're very important. Get out there, get exercise. But there are a lot of people, you need to understand when you look at this as a sports story, it's not. This is a story about the American tradition. It's a story about what our great-grandparents, our grandparents, and our parents built for us.
Yes.
And it's about how we have failed and we have given up our traditions. Now, you may be saying, but the Bears, listen, I'm gonna tell you honestly, I am biased. I am from Chicago. What the Bears mean is to someone from Chicago, it's iconic. It's the signs, it's the flags, it's Soldier Field. It's growing up and having this be a part of your life as something that was built to be shared and we have good memories of.
Yes.
And we cheer for it. And I know you guys feel that way about your hometown teams as well, be it small or big. When I see this story, I ask myself how it is that a city gave up on securing one of its most iconic traditions.
See, so I've had this conversation with Ryan before. Like from my perspective, growing up in the South in Alabama and into Florida, obviously the Bears are not a team that I'm connected to, but the Bears had relevance nationally. They were iconic, especially in the 80s. Mike Ditka, and Jim McMahon, Walter Payton, Refrigerator Perry. Like it was, the Bears had such aura, even from my perspective. Okay. But what he's about to talk about, and I will tell you, because I'm going to jump off on the point that he's going to make here in just a minute as to why this is extremely important. Just listen to what he says.
How is it that when it came to a vote, the mayor, the governor, the system in place said, we don't care about our sports team? Now, again, let's remove sports team from the equation and talk about life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, the traditions, and the things that are all around us. When your governors, when your mayors, when your politicians come to a vote and they ask the people, hey, I want to get reelected, what do you care about?
Listen to what he's saying.
When the people say we don't care about our traditions, it's not just sports, it's jurisprudence. It's the Fifth Amendment, it's the First Amendment, it's Second Amendment, all of these things eroding all around us, now exemplified right in the faces of your average person seeing an iconic sports team be stripped away from our hometown. And many of you may say, Tim, who cares? It's sports. What I say is this: we have brought in people not from this country.
This is the point right here. What he says right here, this is why we are losing our identity and our culture when we're always talking about McDonald's being like a fucking bank now. Remember when growing up, you go to McDonald's and you had these whimsical colors. You had the Game Cubes and the N64, and you had Ronald McDonald and the play. It had an identity. We don't have that anymore. What he's about to say is 100% accurate. Listen and understand the context, perspective, the thing I always preach about. We all get in our little bubbles online and we lose perspective. Perspective is important.
It's sports. What I say is this: we have brought in people not from this country. Many of them welcomed with open arms, and I respect that, but many of them illegally. And they were brought in under the cover of night by Biden and by many of these Democrats illicitly, flown on planes, dropped to the tune of millions of individuals. Some of these people get amnesty. Some of these people are protected by the likes of Barack Obama. These people have kids.
Did I robot? Am I back? Did I robot? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Are we good? Did I have an issue? Tell me if my audio is good, because this is a very important point he's making right here. Am I back now? Okay, we're good. Okay.
They were brought in under the cover of night by Biden and by many of these Democrats illicitly, flown on planes, dropped to the tune of millions of individuals. Some of these people get amnesty. Some of these people are protected by the likes of Barack Obama. These people have kids. These people get citizenship, but they are not here following the moral and cultural traditions that were built by our families and our fathers and mothers for us.
I could not have said it better myself. What he is saying, he is preaching right now. And he is making the point that this is not about sports. This is about culture. This is about losing our identity. This is how it has happened over the last several decades. This is what we are witnessing. And this moment right here with the Bears is a classic example of that. If you had people like, there is no planet where people that were born and bred in Chicago and raised in Chicago, there is no planet where those people, if they were the majority, would stand for this. They would not stand for this under any circumstance. But Chicago has been hijacked by people that are not from there. They're not from the United States. They don't care. They've overrun it. And then they're having kids, and those kids are raised off of the identity of somewhere else. They don't care about what actually made this such an iconic organization for the people that grew up there.
And with all due respect to these people, I understand why they vote for what they do. But when the question comes to a city, what shall we allocate for production in the budget? We have this much money from taxes and from income. What should we spend? A country, a people, they say we vote for our traditions. But when you bring in these newcomers, they say, I don't know what the Bears are, and I don't care that you built them. So when the vote comes around, the politicians say, we don't need money for the Bears. We don't need money for our traditions, for our icons, for what the city means anymore, because it is now majority newcomers.
Yep.
And therein lies the big problem. Let me stop ranting on this. You can tell I'm pissed off about it, but we've got a statement here from George H. McCaskey and President Kevin Warren saying, yesterday, the Chicago Bears Board of Directors met and voted to advance our stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana, with the exact site to be selected. We believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region, connecting Northwest Indiana to the south side of Chicago through the Loop and across neighborhoods in the suburbs stretching north of the city. It will bring Chicagoland together and deliver new opportunities to its residents and businesses. I'm just going to say it right now. I'm from the south side of Chicago. I never went to Indiana. Well, you know why we go to Indiana? Cigarettes. That's what people go to Indiana for. They drive the half an hour to Indiana to buy cheap cigarettes and then illegally bring them over to sell Lucy's at keggers in warehouses. So when they're like, Indiana is, of course, part of the Chicagoland area, that means nothing to the people who grew up in this city. So let me just end my rant furiously just by saying this is exactly exemplifying, and I hope it reaches the ears of people, the eyes of people who aren't really paying attention to politics. You may live in New York, you may live in California, you may live in Texas, and you may have seen, maybe you saw the Redskins get turned into the Commanders when they vote to strip you of your traditions and iconography.
Yeah, like the Redskins getting changed into the Commanders is absolutely crazy. And we don't have the Cleveland Indians anymore. I mean, it's absolutely crazy, man.
And what your culture is and was and what you grew up and what you love. And I hope people outside of Chicago can recognize what it means when you have decades of jokes, of media, of movies, of stories about your iconic team. And then one day they vote to take it away. Your history does not matter to these people. And that's what we are watching be stripped from us. For me, I care about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment.
So right there, we'll just leave it at that. But his point is 100% accurate. And we talk about all the time about, the things that the identity that we've lost, the personality that we've lost. And that is exactly part of all of this. And people need to understand that it's not about sports. It's not about, anything isolated. It's much bigger than what's right in front of you. And I feel like on the internet, a lot of people do lose perspective of things, and they just a lot of people have tunnel vision, and that's fine. I have it too at times. But you need more perspective. You need a better perspective on things than just that tunnel vision that we get caught up in. And this is one of those moments right there that hopefully will show people so much more than what you are, seeing, because this is a huge issue. I don't know if it's actually going to go through, but it's very, very sad. Very sad. Jose Taco says, did you see the news report about how 90% of college degrees from India are fake and abused? by H-1B visas for jobs here. Texas is cracking down on it. I did hear a couple of those reports on that. Bob says, I love telling my dim neighbors their politics cost them their bears. East Coast Host Boy says, sent you something on Twitter DM. It's worth pulling up on stream. Leftist plays game. I can see the game too. My username is East Coast Toasty Boy. I'll have to be careful because anything like with games or AI right now, like, so the other day, Gary was streaming, and I don't know how many of you saw that Gary's stream got taken down. But do you know why his stream got taken down? From the Black Snape video, the AI video that Perry Chan created. That's what got his stream taken down, and he couldn't stream on his channel anymore. So I'll have to check it and see, but yeah, so it's crazy. We've all played that on stream before, and he got taken down. He had to go through the process and get them. Yeah. What for? Firearms. That's what they got hit for. Sledge says, rant describes how our city doesn't put up Christmas lights. There's no trick or treating, but the whole place lights up for a ton of foreign holidays. Yep. Interesting how that happens, huh? Took down the F&T 24-hour stream as well. Yep, it did. I don't know if he's even put that back up or not. I have no idea. So let's see here. Is this what you're talking about, East Coast? Let's see. Oh, yeah, right. Is this what you're talking about? 5 days into June, and Charlie Kirk hasn't complained about pride and LGBTQ people. I don't know what happened, but I'm super proud of him. And then there's East Coast says, and 6 years into 2020s, and George Floyd hasn't complained about not being able to breathe. I don't know what happened, but I'm super proud that he's not having any breathing problems anymore. Yeah, and the whole difference there is like, one is a career criminal that pointed a gun at a pregnant woman, and the other was a family man who was building a foundation and building a huge company that was willing to have conversations with anyone. You know what I mean? Hail to you, East Coast Toasty Boy. Hail to you, brother. All right. Well, we are at the end, ladies and gentlemen. CobraCast back. I might play games tonight. I got to see. I know Jay's live right now talking about He-Man. So I really want to play the new Fortnite update. I'm going to try to get Kick working, and I'll try, if I can multi-stream, I'll stream on Kick and D-Day Cobra Gaming. If you have not, I will be streaming for sure on my gaming channel here on YouTube, which is right here. So subscribe if you have not. There's a huge map. There's a new map and everything. So looking forward to that. So I'm going to try. Even if Jay's not around, I'll probably do it. So I'll check it out. I'll let you guys know. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Kick. Follow me on Rumble. And yeah, basically a new chapter. Yeah, it's pretty, from everything I've seen, it's pretty awesome. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. SPZ says, I don't have X, but if you have time, please check out Tom Connors Goes Nuclear on Fantastic Four clip by D-Day Jedi Gaming, or D-Day Jedi channel. It's only 2 minutes, 30 seconds. All right, I will keep that. I'm going to look for that one now and have that in my history for the next time. I can't wait to watch that clip. But anyway, thank you guys so much. Good to be back. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys a little bit later tonight for some gaming, hopefully. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.